Hello, everybody, and welcome to City Dwarves. How's everyone doing today? Anna, you look nervous. You look shocked.
I just took a giant bite. But I told you I was going to do that anyway, so whatever.
Whatever, it's totally normal.
Look, I ingest nutrients to survive, okay? Jeez.
Wow.
Weird.
Wow.
So sue me.
I bet you could do that somewhere in America.
You could try.
So, what happened last session?
It occurred to me today that you were going to ask that question.
Oh, you're so smart.
And I had a sinking feeling in my stomach. And I was like, I'm just going to tell him I don't know.
Sisters, you totally remember this. Sisters, no, there's no concern here.
Wait
it was a wild time. It'll all come back to you.
I'm pulling up the notes. The notes will save all.
That our shop was very hot.
Yeah, we were rolling in money.
To create air conditioning. We were inventing it as you would in year 3 or 8 or 40 or very new Earth year that we are on. And actually, it was so successful. We had a bit of a riot in the shop, as I recall.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh yeah,
and I cast silence, but it didn't fix anything. It was just more peaceful.
It was nice.
Wise.
It was a quiet
soothing. It was a quiet riot. I mean, it still caused a mess, but it was a quiet mess. It was almost pleasant.
I think it was inspired.
It was fine.
By the bar next door, there was a wizard stopping through, was chilling drinks, and we were like, why not our whole store? So that might have been where that came from. But then people were bringing those chilled drinks over into our chilled store around our merchandise.
Yeah.
And I, being both very aware and very good at customer service, drank all those beers.
Yes.
Yes, I remember that too.
So that they wouldn't break the alcohol ordinance and drink in the shop, right?
Yes, so that's exactly, that's why.
And you can't be wasteful.
Zara was on it. Yeah.
No.
And I remember also there was some kind of subplot where we're wondering if Bethany is like charmed or something. Yeah. That's a subplot. We're not sure. I mean, my character doesn't believe it. Jen, mixed feelings.
You did hang around the shop a little longer than necessary, separate from.
Oh yeah, and we had I don't know why, but we got the silverware, and then we had to bring back the silverware. I have a note about that.
Somebody tried to pay us with that
silverware. They tried to pay us in silverware, and then we brought it to them and shamed them a little, I think. Yeah.
Right. There was a sorceress who was making these beer, was it?
Ryzen the wizard.
No, who was the one who stole the silverware? That wasn't her.
Let me. Silverware.
That
was
just
the
one
one
of the
who wanted the
customers from earlier.
corkscrew thing.
Right? Yeah, it doesn't say. It just says some customer that wanted a red clutch with a corkscrew toggle from a bottle of wine gave 20 gold up front and 15 gold in silver cutlery, engraved by a local blacksmith daughter named Francesca, ETA 1 week.
I'm so glad you took these notes.
It's pretty thorough.
I like that they're most detailed about the purse we're gonna make.
We gotta remember so we make a good product.
Yeah.
Purse first.
Well,
that's right.
Oh yeah, and the wizard asked for some creepy purse or something.
With lots of little faces on it, and the faces wanted to be different. The faces are gonna scream in agony forever.
Yeah, with little teeth. With little teeth, 100 gold deposit. It's a good deal.
Yeah.
Are we gonna talk about the fact that Neal showed up with popcorn to eat?
He knows drama's about to unfold. Loof. Sorry.
You
Which is
called,
really fast
Kyoshi
and
answered,
easy.
Rachel.
Oh my God.
Look, she's gotten bigger. Look at her little face that's filled out.
Oh, look at you.
Oh, wow.
Look at that girl.
Oh, that is a fetching collar.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it has the earthbender symbol on it because she's Kyoshi, the avatar earthbender, and it says her name on it.
Oh, little bite.
Very nice.
Fetching. Did you hear that, Kyoshi? Fetching. She looked at me like,
She's like, I don't fetch, mother.
So,
yeah.
It's been a hot minute since we played.
mm-hmm.
I figured we can just say that things you set up last time go well.
I love that.
Amazing.
Love that
You
for
make
us.
the purse.
So good.
Are
You
we
make the
rich?
corkscrew.
Did we get the money?
Of course we did.
You get paid. Absolutely.
Oh my
Who is this
God.
and what has he done with Neal?
Something bad's gonna happen very soon.
He got popcorn. I don't trust it. Like, this is the reward before Storm's money gets stolen.
No, everything's going great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. In fact, your reputation's going well. Proton is busy because all sorts of people are coming to get their shoes done. Now, obviously, in a city, you're really aiming for that like 1% market. You know, the top 1%. That's who you really want to sell shoes to. But most of your work is coming from the ordinary folk who are like, hey, my heel fell off. Can you replace it? And you're like, this is sort of not, but you know, we're not going to turn down work, right?
Yeah.
So Proton's busy.
It's pedestrian.
Oh,
What jokes?
Take
We make
inspiration.
those.
Oh my God. He's
writing it
no,
down.
this is bad. Don't take it, Anna. Don't.
Oh, somebody, Jen, think of puns. Jen, think of puns.
So, while everything is going well, and you make this red clutch with the corkscrew in it for wine opening on the go, and everything is going smoothly, tell me, what do you do when you have downtime? What do you do to relax? What do you do to have fun?
Build tiny suits of plate armor for the cats.
Oh. What were the cats' names again?
Oh, I know this one.
One was like, we called him Boots.
Boots
Ranger
slash
and Fluke.
Ranger? Yeah, that's it.
Ranger and
Can't remember
Fluke.
what we did last week, but we remembered the cats' names.
Well,
That's the important part.
Fully related the events of last
How-
week.
How many
Actually, you
times
did.
have we
You really
played,
did.
Neal? How many more times can you be surprised that all I want is to talk about the pets?
Who now have fashion.
Yes.
I just like to talk about how you like to talk about pets, you know?
Oh,
I enjoy the meta.
That's good.
I remember we also thought about like using the shed fur to like make a winter collection.
Oh yeah, because cats are like a novelty.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we're like slowly but surely like picking up all of their fur and storing it in a little ball for the day that will come where winter hits, and then we craft special winter shoes with cat fur.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That's not gross yet because
Mm-mm.
No.
fur and pet dander's just been invented.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're clearly very clean. They shower more than we do.
That's probably
That's
true.
true.
Yeah.
For fun,
Yeah. Do you
I guess
know how to relax?
I've been neglecting my music, which is not relaxing, but it is probably what a musician would do when she found herself with extra time. Is work on her music.
Oh, well, I would practice karate
Mm-hmm.
because that's my passion. So yeah, lots of karate practicing, and I'm investing a lot of time building a relationship with Pretoni.
Oh.
That's good.
And at some point, I'm investing so much time with Pretoni that I'm neglecting spending time with my sister.
Oh.
Mhm.
Tony's our sister too.
I know. But she's more my sister. I'm just kidding.
Oh no. Is this the start of the Protoni War?
I don't know. I've been reflecting on this campaign for a long time. It's dangerous. But yes, I get very close to Pretoni. We'll see what happens with that. I mean, if she'll let me. Like, if she doesn't want to be my friend,
What?
that's
She would love to be your friend.
yeah.
Proton's never had a friend outside the forest. And all those friends in the forest, they all expected things of her. She had status, she had position. She couldn't really ever bond with someone because of her rank and spot in society. You know, it's hard to be friends with someone when everyone's looking up to you and everyone's like doting on you and everyone's like, oh my God, you're so great. You're going to be the keeper of the acorns. And when you go to talk to them, you're like, hey, I've got this problem. And they're like, but you're going to be the keep the acorns. You're so great. Like, it's a really one-sided relationship, you know? And after years of that, it sort of weighs on you. And Proton wanted to get out. And so if you're going to treat her like an equal, if you're going to treat her like a friend and a sister and yell at her sometimes and actually listen to her shit and not just stare at her up on her pedestal.
And let
like
her make
that.
our shoes.
And let her do all of your labor
Yeah.
for free. Yeah. That's all she wants in life.
And we can give that to her.
Oh,
We're so
what a
generous.
beautiful dream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see we didn't do experience last session. So, can we get 500 experience for everybody?
Sure can. So 1850 total?
I do believe so. It's not quite level 4, but we're 900 off.
So 1850.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you remember back in the days where we would have to like discuss if we deserve to level up, and every time I would say we don't. I just remember that fondly.
Good times.
I mean, the thing that people don't realize when you're playing D&D with people you like is that the faster you level up, the more likely the game ends. So a lot of times we're like, no, let's just stay at this level longer.
Does it though? I feel like you can die pretty easily in the early levels. Like the mid spot is where you want to stay.
Yeah.
You don't want to get into the late.
I feel
game.
like once I hit like 10, that's when I start being like, no, we don't need to level up.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you get to 20, there's only so much you can do when you're basically gods.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy being like level 2 forever. Level 3 maybe, if I'm a wizard.
I can't stand being below level 3.
Mm.
I played a level 1 game the other day, and I just could not understand how there was so little I could do. And how few
Oh.
hit points
I
had.
love it. I love having nothing I can do. I just be afraid for my life. That's insane.
It's about the fear for you.
Honestly, it's like probably my favorite part of D&D is knowing my character can die, but also not dying.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Success.
a weird thing.
Okay. Well, let's talk about these things that you're doing. Let's start with Boldara. Boldara, the big sister. You said you wanted to build little tiny plate mail for the cats.
I do. I need to get lost in a project. I have these emotions swirling.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, take a look at your character sheet and take a look at the list of skills. And you tell me which one of those skills is most related to making cat-sized, I'm assuming decorative armor.
Man, I know you're asking this like factually as my DM, but honestly, you're kind of bullying me right now. I got no skills that would do this.
I mean, there's like 20 skills.
Don't
Which one?
attack, Neal. Skills. Boldara. Not athletics. Maybe intimidation. No. Medicine. What else?
What are you doing?
I'm making cat armor.
Making cat armor?
Because I'm looking at these, and none of these look like cat making armor skills to me, which is why I'm
Wait.
asking you for your insight.
You work at a shoemaker. You have fabrication skills. What if you make them boiled leather armor instead? Because you definitely know how to work with leather.
Thank you for talking me down, sis.
Mm,
I have all these like little like hammered cat breastplates that I'm just like, of course they're medium armor animals.
I still feel like there's multiple things you could pitch to do it. Like, I don't know. Would animal handling be relevant? Like, they need to
True.
accept to wear something. That's already a pretty
That's a really good point.
thing. Or, I mean, athletics, you could like punch the armor into shape.
Yeah,
Or
I was trying to look for
deception.
ones I had points in. But
Or deception. It's actually not armor, but you convince everybody it is.
I got one in persuasion, and I feel like there's a lot of that involved in getting the armor onto the cats, but maybe that's ahead of where we're at. I could try for animal handling. I got a 0 in that, but YOLO. I'm
Well,
trying
if
really
you-
hard, and I've got like a manic focus because I don't want to think about my ex-girlfriend, so does that help?
Well, if you wanted to do it out of our with your same cobbling skills, you could make a cobbler's tools check, which is actually at +3. But if you want to do it out of metal, no, I see the head shaking a lot.
No, my wise sisters have come around, and in that way where they're not like helping me deal with my problem, they're just kind of helping me with my problem. Like, I love them so much. Yeah, leather armor for the cats now.
All right, give me that cobbler's tools check. It's below all your skill. You found it.
That's not good.
It's not great, Baldara.
They look really goofy. I'm not.
Tell me why. Tell me why.
Well,
why
Thank you, Anna. I couldn't remember the tone.
some armor. Tell me why.
I thought I was going to
cats
use
are
plate,
gonna wear it.
so I had
Tell me why.
plate plans.
But the
No,
plate didn't work.
if you don't stop it, you got to keep singing, and I'll keep telling. This is a spoken word performance. I tried to make them out of metal, and so I had all my plans pulled like in little tiny metal plans, but that would be like denting out and moving the armor. And so when I got to leather, I had to like take all what would be like these rounded out from like little tiny hammer taps into like darting and things like that. And so like what would have been like this little angular breastplate actually just looks like Madonna cone titties on the front of the cat, because I'm not good at darts.
Yeah.
And the cats, they don't want to wear this.
No, because that would just get in the way of walking, right? Because they face down for the cat.
They look fab, but it's not
Got
my
it.
thing.
Yeah, it doesn't help them lounge, I imagine.
Nor
Yeah.
fight.
No, that's a real bummer. And what are the consequences of you failing this cat armor so badly? Did it help you distract from your thoughts because you now have something else to fret over? Or is this just you failed at this just like you failed at your past relationships?
Oh, you said it, Neal. It's a compounding of failures. It is evidence that I am nothing but failure in dwarf female form. As miraculous as my beard, as lush as my eyelashes, and as sensitive as my lovemaking, I am worth nothing. I am pointy titty leather cat armor.
That was one of the best soliloquies in D&D history. What's a soliloquy? Is that a soliloquy? I don't know.
Sure.
Monologue.
It's as close as what we've never got as close to this.
All right.
Yeah.
At
Well, I'm
least,
sorry.
At least spoken word poetry.
We
Yeah.
tried, though. Hell, guys, we tried.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry you've had a rough time, Boldara. We're going to move on to the other big sister of the party, who's here with a lot of downtime making music.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you just practicing? Or are you composing new songs? When a musician is bored, what do you do to fill the void? Or not bored, but free time.
I haven't been performing, and I feel like that means I haven't had fresh material. So maybe I'm writing my next album or set or whatever.
I see.
I don't even.
What is it about? What's the theme?
I'm actually trying to remember if I at one point was like, she's not a musical bard, she's actually a storyteller bard.
You got a hurdy-gurdy for this character.
Okay. No, a zither. It was a zither. You're
Zither.
right. Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
I literally bought a zither for this
Yes.
character. Thank you. Yes. Did you know that if you go brrrr on a zither, it makes the most like horror movie sound ever? And my husband likes to do that at like scary times at the night. It's very cool and scary.
That sounds
So yeah,
amazing.
I'm writing my new zither tracks.
And you wake us up every night with the sound. And we're like, ah!
Is there a vibe or a tone or an emotion or like a story that you're trying to get out? Or is it just sort of like empty and you're struggling to find something to put into song? What's the process like? Share with us your process.
Interesting. I think she maybe starts out trying to write some like meaningful personal stuff, but then basically starts writing like pop songs about fashion that heavily feature shoes and purses, like Purse First. And it turns into this pop album that glorifies accessories and shoes.
Got it.
And there's one song on it that's like a rage breakup track written from the perspective of Boldara toward Bethany. But it doesn't use their names or anything. It's just like, I used her experience as inspo.
Mm-hmm.
You
like-
sampled me
It's
like
like-
crying through the wall.
Yeah.
It's like Bethany and Moldara. We'll never
Yeah.
figure it out.
Mhm.
Nice. Well, what role would you say is one for musical creativity and inspiration? Not necessarily, making it happen, but like coming together with the right words and the right notes to at least in theory create the right song.
I mean, I think it's performance.
Okay. Make me a performance check.
I will.
You're also struggling a little bit.
No.
Like you've got some things and it's coming along. But your song Perspiration, it's a little short. It's just not it needs a little work.
But Perspire and Empire inspired rhyme, babe.
Thank you.
All right.
I can't find a rhyme. Like, a couple of my songs just rhyme purse and worst over and over again.
Ah.
And that's not the right marketing.
Yeah. You've got the idea, but you're having trouble like finding the soul of the song, and you're kind of just going through the mechanics. And
Can the
How does this-
Boldara one be good? Can that be the only good one?
yeah, I mean,
Okay.
a 9 is really close. And you were talking about doing an album, so
Yeah.
you got one
The
hit
one
wonder,
banger.
and then the rest is sort of like, yeah. Did Blur really make any other songs? Really? Did they? I don't know. And how does this impact you during these months of downtime that we've got, or weeks, or however long it is?
Let me tell you from experience exactly how this affects her.
Mhm.
She begins to believe that her own thoughts and feelings can never result in anything good creatively, and that all she's good for is business strategy, and she's just been masquerading as an artist. But if she uses other people's experiences to write her music and hides behind other people, then her music might be good.
This household is going through it right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're having a tough time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hard.
Little sis,
Yeah.
baby of the family. You
Yeah,
said you were
please-
practicing
Please
karate.
find some success.
Yes, and I offer Protoni to join me and learning karate to defend herself if they ever try to kidnap her.
Make me a charisma check.
Oh my god, I have shitty charisma. I have -1. I have 8 in charisma, but I will try. Oh, I'm so charming.
Protoni has a lot of work to do repairing shoes. And besides, you're so much bigger, like, it wouldn't even be the same moves, It doesn't even make sense.
I start practicing smaller moves.
And which one of these skills do you think is representative of practicing your kung fu?
Isn't karate different from kung fu?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
I
sure we
think
just
kung
made someone
fu is like a broad term. Does kung fu mean the way of the hand? I can't remember. Yes.
Someone who knows martial arts in the chat, educate us.
Karate's a specific discipline, and kung fu's a catch-all for. No, I don't know.
I thought they were just
We're
two
gonna learn today, though.
different disciplines.
Let's see. The options are survival, stealth.
No, I'm completely wrong. I'm just completely wrong. They're just two very separate things. Cool.
Yeah, I see like
Hmm.
I mean athletics, stealth, survival. Not survival. Stealth. Acrobatics.
That's your call. Whichever one you think makes sense.
Okay, so what am I doing? I'm practicing karate.
Yeah, what do you think is an appropriate role to see how much progress you make in your martial arts?
I think I'm actually decent as being stealth because I'm really forgettable, but I aspire to be more like Buldara. So athletics. And I have a bad stat at that, so of course I pick that. So 5. I
Nice.
felt like my sister. I should have picked stealth, but it's okay.
So, your attempts at improving your karate or kung fu, your martial arts, aren't going particularly well. Why is that? Why is it falling short? Why are you falling flat on your face?
I literally fall flat on my face.
Mm-hmm.
I'm questioning myself a lot because Pretoni refused to do karate with me.
Oh,
So like every time I do it, I'm just thinking about how she didn't want to do it and how I'm rejected again.
oh, man.
All of our characters are having a miserable time.
We're really going through something.
Yeah, there's just one sad song playing through our house and our sister's voice, just like montaging our rooms. Like,
I'd love to know what Pretoni did during this period and if that was successful.
Oh, Protoni's been
question.
making everyone's shoes. It's going great. Business is flourishing, and you couldn't be more depressed. But tell me, how does the failure
What? But
of your
capitalism.
sorry, girls, that's not how it works.
listen, we had to have this much money before we were allowed to feel that depression. Okay, like, that's actually a high watermark for us.
Tell me, how does this failure of your improved athletics and martial arts impact you?
How does failures in martial arts impact me?
Yeah, like, you say that you feel like a failure and that Protoni doesn't like you and you're feeling rejected. But I guess maybe that's enough of an impact, right? Yeah.
I mean, if you want me to go further, I think I'm gonna go further in my thought with Pretoni. Not super nice, but it's okay. That's what's happening. Because I'm being rejected by Pretoni and I want to be now accepted by Pretoni because the rejection just makes me crave it more. I want to be one of the cool ones. I will attempt to spend more time with Pretoni and I will have a lot of discussions with her about her situation in life to see if I can make her have bitter feelings towards other people. That way, together, we can be bitter. That will bring us closer.
We're getting together a bitter party.
I mean, I'm having a bad time, so she should be miserable too.
Checks out.
Wow. Yeah, that's some dwarf logic right there. Okay.
Oh man, yeah, it's okay. Does it work?
Let me roll a die over here.
You know, like I would make light of her. I know she thinks she's happy, but I don't think she is. That's what I'm telling her. I think that if she put a bit more thought into her situation, she would realize that we're using her. Well,
What?
my sisters are.
No. Why?
I
What are you
don't
doing?
think
You're
that
crashing
this
our
is-
business.
I don't think this is right. I don't think this is right, Protoni. I think you should stand up for yourself.
I don't know how to tell you this, Jen, but this plan backfires in the worst way possible.
Of course it does.
Protoni just looks at you and goes, "Actually, I've never been happier in my life," and just goes back to working on shoes. It was a natural 1 on the D20 for how well your plan goes, so.
Well, Well played, Jen. You saved our employee.
Well, I mean, I just convinced her to work further for us, so it kind of pans out.
Yes, but now you go walking around the house miserable and you see Proton perfectly fulfilled, enjoying her life like she's never enjoyed it before, truly happy, having found her place in the world, productive and creatively fulfilled
Oh, and her
And she's
skin is
there.
so clear.
all the time,
And
doing
she
so
doesn't-
well right in front of
Yeah.
you.
That's
Yeah.
hard. I
Cool.
really thought that I would make her rebel against us.
No. But she's there if you need a cry on her shoulder.
All right, well, that friendship didn't last long.
Ah. I knew I needed the popcorn for something. I didn't know what it was for, but it worked
Did you
out.
eat it at all?
It's all gone now, so anyway.
Okay, that means our pain is over.
Pain and
Ooh.
suffering. Yeah. Rough start to such like a happy game. So it's been a couple of weeks, probably a couple of months actually. Who can tell with the time passing in these early days? What is a year even? You know, you've made some money. Jen, go ahead and add to the, because I think you're the accountant, add another 200 gold and 500 silver to your character sheet. That's after expenses for covering, you know, renovations to the house and some changes here and there, maybe some nice meals out, some new fabric, some new leather.
I wanted us to have a like secret money stash safe thing, like, you know, somewhere very revolutionary, like under carpet with like
Whoa.
a safe. Nobody would
That's
think of
literally
that.
never been thought of before in this
Yeah.
day and age.
I was thinking that because at some point I like stumbled on the carpet and I was like,
Mhm.
yo, what if underneath that we put a safe? You know, we like dig it up and then we put a thing that would like lock our money so that people can open it.
Hmm.
And then each sister gets a key, but not Protoni.
Dang,
Because I'm bitter.
the tides have turned.
My
Wow.
plan is not working out.
Wow. Who's
What
gonna
if-
build
you get-
this?
you
What if
It's
it
a
had
really-
4 keys and we all needed to be there to open it?
Like nuclear codes.
Okay, but she gets like a really small key.
Well, that's just thoughtful because she's tiny too. I got you, Tony.
You get a really big key.
I don't think that all 4 of us need to be there at the same time to open the safe. That
Well, then-
that feels like it might be a barrier. to
Yeah.
All
get
4
there.
keys need to be there, perhaps. It'll be really fun when we all die disparately around the map, and then adventurers later have to find us, get the 4 keys, and open our
Well, if it's
ostensibly
for the
empty
future
safe.
adventurers, then yeah.
Ah, the legend of the 4 keys, yes.
Because it's early enough that everything we do is just going to be legend.
It is absolutely going to be a legend. So, who are you going to get to build this thing? Because obviously, you know, you're not stonemasons and your floors are stone. So you're going to have to find someone who can break through all of that rock and then dig a hole and then like re-put more rock on top of it. And you're going to have to find someone to like make you a safe with multiple keys. You're going to have to entrust people.
We have stone cutting skills because of our dwarfhood.
I was gonna say, I feel like we would have some dwarven connections to people that could do this.
You do have some cousins who live outside of town who are they are, what do you call them? Limestone cutters up in the mountains.
Oh, what are the odds we can invent cement?
Pretty low.
It's just rocks and water, right?
It's just rocks.
Limestone, sand, water, pig blood. We'll be good.
You could maybe invent fabric cement or leather cement for your cobbling, but I think it would have to be up to an engineering specialist to be the ones to invent concrete or cement.
All right. Like our limestone buddies?
Perhaps. You know, you haven't really spoken to your limestone cousins in... Oh, it's been a while since someone got married.
Huh.
And do you trust your cousins with this job? Are they trustable cousins?
Someone roll a d20 for their
Of course,
trustworthiness.
we trust all of our family.
Hannah, would you like to roll that
All
d20?
400 of them.
Oh, I bet you'd love that if I rolled
I
the
would.
d20.
I would
We want Anna to
love
roll
that.
this, Jen.
Go for it, Anna. You're the one that know them
Oh.
well.
Oh, they're actually quite trustworthy. Yeah.
They're
Okay.
good cousins. Solid cousins.
Yeah.
Love that.
All right. Off to see the limestone cousins?
Yeah.
Or is
Well-
this just an idea that we're kicking around?
We don't go to see family empty-handed is all I wanted to remind my sisters before we stepped out the door. And I
You're
think
right.
that, a gift of skills, an exchange of skills, perhaps we should bring our cousins some shoes.
Or some of Protoni's cookies.
Yeah. And purses, maybe, instead of shoes, because we can't eyeball size.
Ooh, what if we start branching out from purses and do like little like carrying totes that are like available to all genders, and we convince them that they should use that.
Oh, the Boldara boulder holder? And then it'll
the
be like-
boulder. Yes, they're not called totes, they're called boulder holders, and they're for dwarves specifically.
Nice.
They're like perfect
we
for any
market them
dwarf.
as one of those things where it's like, these are made for limestone workers, but they work so well for your day to day. Like, like an army surplus thing or something.
He constantly
And it's
carrying
like-
around heavy weights.
It's
just a lot
7
of, like,
dresses in
boulder.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like boulder holder for dwarves
Mm.
and other people. So it's like, are you tired? Indeed, are you tired of carrying your boulder all day? Are both your hands always occupied? And then you have like a montage of this person not being able to do anything because they
I
have
have
boulders
2
in both
boulders.
hands. Yes. And now they like shove it in the boulder holder and they can
It's
do
like
anything.
the how do I hold all these limes meme, but it's a boulder.
And then in really small text on the commercials, we have not to be used as braziers, not endorsed for this product or close to skin use. But we did just invent bras too, guys. Nice! We're
Nice.
crushing it.
Cool. We're the most important inventors of the first century.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So we're gonna make some boulder holders.
Yep.
And then we're gonna go see our limestone cousins, and it's gonna be great.
Where do they live? Are they far?
In the mountains.
In the
In the
mountains.
mountains.
Oh yeah, as the
Um,
limestone guys would.
Right over there. Like
Yeah.
a couple days through the forest. You know what, on that road that one time that went to the mountains and you stopped off at a different town along the way, you're just gonna take that road a little further.
Oh, so we're gonna go past
Yeah.
Ignition
Yeah, we're gonna go past Ignition.
and through the werewolf woods.
Yes.
I forgot there was a place called Ignition.
It's like top of mind forever, Neal. Thank you for that town.
Named it after this book that I read. Well, I read the first half because the rest half was too complicated. Called Ignition, about the early days of rocketry and all of the different people's attempts to like make rockets happen. And it was some old retired rocket scientist who was like, I don't think anyone's ever like written a book explaining how we got here. So like, I'm just gonna ramble about how we got to rockets and who did what. And it's a pretty interesting book. Yeah.
And then it got to a point where it was like, I don't understand these words anymore.
Right. The first half was like, if you don't know math, then this is how the part that you read. And the second half is like, cool. So here's the math on why you want to use these chemicals. And here's the math on how rockets work. And I'm like, I don't want to do homework. Bye.
No, thank you.
Mhm.
Probably a reason it wasn't written down. If you can't understand this, you shouldn't have this information. And if you can't, oh, what are you doing?
Yeah. But if you're interested in rocketry, Ignition with an exclamation point. Great little read for the first third of the book.
Oh, that's good. But I thought you picked it off your playlist, and I was like, same. I should get rid of it too. But
I don't know what
Hot
you're
and fresh
talking
off the
about.
kitchen.
the remix to Ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen.
Mama rolling that
You're a
body.
better man than me, Neal. You're a better man than me.
Oh,
Okay.
I love how you both have your interpretation of this. It's like vastly different. And meanwhile, I'm like, just question mark.
Right. So we're making these things. We got these plans. And Boldara, on an off chance, I just need you to roll me a bad luck die.
I just understood the etymology of ignition.
To ignite.
Because ignis is fire in Latin.
Mm-hmm.
To make fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool.
Roll me d20 Boldara for your bad luck.
What's good or bad?
13, the luckiest of numbers.
Totally.
No, you know what? I think that's fine. I think that's actually right in the zone where your luck is so mediocre that nothing outlandish happens, and we can just go ahead and make our purses.
When
Our,
does the
our
game
boulder holders.
start, folks?
Right. Cool. So I'm going to take away the mystical music because we're not doing anything mystical after all. And someone designed for me.
After all, were we supposed to do something
It's
mystical?
fine. No, it's fine. No, don't worry about it.
Did we miss a cue?
No,
Uh-oh.
it's all peaches. Describe to me the Boldara boulder holder. What does it look like? How does it function? Does it have a flap? Does it have a button or a snap?
Well, the Boldara boulder holder, funny enough, was invented when Boldara was trying to get this, hold a boulder, and it was not a typical shaped boulder. You know, usually dwarf work, we get things nice square. You know, you grab a bowl, you put the little, PCK strap on there. You can carry those things around 4, 8 suckers at a time. But this irregular boulder, it was an irregular shape for an irregular hole. But you know what? I still needed to get it to that hole. How did I carry it? Oh, I got these big hands. You would think they could hold a lot of boulders, but I like to keep it close to the chest. And I was thinking, I don't need my hands for this. People put babies here all the time and they don't touch them the whole time. So I started, the baby Bjorn was my inspiration. And I put one boulder in, and then I thought, oh, I'm so goddamn strong. Why not 2 boulders? So we got the 1 boulder option, the 2 boulder option, the 3 boulder option, and of course, the back strap, which is just a second one that I sewed on the back. So you can go all the way around, call yourself an asteroid belt.
My gosh, that sounds amazing. And then how do you get the boulders back out? Do you just reach in and pull them out, or is there some sort of like extra deployment option?
Excellent question. Yeah, so I did not think that far, but right now I'm going to spitball and say you kind of just squat down and then like lay to the side and then just like inch your way out of the ring of the holder.
Yeah, you set the boulders and yourself down, and then you extract yourself from the problem.
Yeah, I'm calling that like a caterpillar. Yeah, just like a boulder.
This is great. I love the boulder holder. Fantastic. All right. Well, it sounds like an easy product. You got Protoni, but you know what? You're also all good cobblers. You don't even need Protoni to put together this prototype. My only question that remains is, are you going to build multiple of these, or are you going to bring the prototype to the family? How far do we refine?
Multiple. You said we need to give a gift.
I have to actually pose this question to my sisters because I am describing this and I am not showing the prototype. And when they asked me perhaps for the prototype, this is where we find out that I've once again encountered the same problem I did with the cat armor. And while I have successfully created a strap that will hold 2 to 3 boulders, only in extremely conical, pointed, leather darted Madonna boobs. So while it does look very cool, it is less structurally integrated than something perhaps you guys would help me create together.
We'll work on it together.
Thanks, sis.
Yeah, we're gonna try. I feel, like after trying to rile Protoni up against my sister and failing, I then turn back to my sister in this moment of pain and see an opportunity to find purpose. Maybe be better than Protoni. It's probably not gonna happen. But I would love to try and do the boulder holders myself without asking anything from Protoni.
Wow.
Yeah, this could be a project for just us 3, like old times. Yeah. What do you say, Lazuli?
Yeah, I'll just help over Pebble's shoulder. Like, I'll just aid her and let her feel like she's doing.
Yeah, like help me pick the embellishments.
Yeah,
like the colors of the
that.
threads, the leather pattern, all that. Yeah.
Totally.
Excellent. Well, you're going to be improving it. What's your improvement? What's one of your important improvements? We don't need a list.
One of the things that I suggest is different colors of boulder holder for different boulder terrains. Like you may have like a really arid boulder kind of situation, dealing with more of a sandstone finish, or you may be more of like a forest boulder situation. So you're gonna need some green, you know, to camouflage, go with your surroundings. And then there might even be like some creek bed boulder moving. So we're gonna make a bluish one with a few like sparkly pieces of glass.
Very nice.
Eye of Nadinus, my sister.
It's amazing. So for my improvement, I was thinking that, you know, I saw how it ended up with my sister, the pointy cone situation. And I'm thinking, instead of just making it, why don't I sample, you know, the average boulder that a dwarf would carry? So I'm gonna pick like 5-10 boulders. And then I'm gonna try to figure out what is the average boulder. You know, like I'm like, oh, this one feels like
5 or 10 should give you that, yeah.
The average of all these boulders, and I will craft the boulder holder around that boulder.
And it looks much better for that because I had 2 different size boulders that I was building for the holder to hold, and
well, you had
that's the case for some boulders, not all boulders,
right?
So
we can branch out later. We can have like the large boulders, the smaller boulders. Like there's a lot of opportunities, but I would go for the average boulder today.
That's great. That's a great place to start for our prototype, sis. And modular boulder holders. What a future! You're both geniuses, sisters. I love you so much.
I love you too.
Oh, so cute.
He's gonna kill us. He's gonna kill one of us. I just want to say I love you now.
Like impressed.
I just need someone to roll me some die for the success of this.
I mean, I feel like both Anna and I should roll though, because we're improving on.
It's true. And Anna, you did get inspiration
Rachel.
for a very good pun earlier. I do want to remind you that you have that because everyone
I'm not
always
using
forgets.
it on this.
It's
Okay.
just a gift.
Okay.
Oh, I had inspiration too. What? I should have used it for Plutoni. It's okay.
Well.
So so that's for the embellishments and the color palette.
Yeah. I was hoping for some die roll. Your choice. That would be a.
Oh, not just a flat d20.
No. A skill check of some kind to determine your improvements here.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would argue that accessorizing is a performance in and of itself.
I think that's actually quite apt. I understand that player character. Oh, very good roll. Well done. I understand player characters always find a way to make their highest stat relevant to every single skill check ever, but this actually is appropriate.
But this
Well
one
done.
works.
This one really does work. 22 is great. Your color scheme works out perfect. You get the right textures from the right fabrics, and you get the right dyes, and you talk to the right person, and they blend together. And you know, if you were to set down that sandstone colored boulder in the sand, that sandstone colored boulder holder in the sand, you might not see it. It's perfect. And Pebble, dear Pebble.
Would it be like survival or sleight of hand or investigation to investigate how we can make it better?
Ooh, survival like camouflage?
Survival, like you don't have to hold the boulder and you
Yeah,
can
that makes
survive.
sense, actually.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
about
pick my best stat, by the way.
It's about understanding what would be durable and what would be utilitarian, and survival makes sense there. Absolutely.
Okay, let's try survival. Ah! Finally, we're doing something right.
Would you look
we've been
at that?
depressed for a month, and now here you go. We have a boulder holder.
All it needed was a little direction in your life, and all of a sudden, everything's coming together. You've got the prototype, which is done now. You can make a couple copies in different colors. Now, your limestone family, limestone's kind of a slate gray color most of the time. It's not particularly exciting, but that's often things they work with. Maybe occasionally they go out and get something else and bring it back in, since they do live like at the base of the mountain. What colors would you like to bring for your limestone family, and how many?
I feel like let's bring one of each prototype. And just be
Right.
like, we haven't started selling these. We wanted to bring them to you first.
So you don't want them to match with the limestone?
Oh, good point.
What are the colors of limestone? Are they always gray?
Yeah, and like, what does a
Ooh.
limestone mining operation? Where does that usually take place?
Like which colors of limestone exist?
Well, I guess apparently limestone comes in a great many colors. There are some like golden things. There's a lot of grays. There's lots with like little speckles in them. There's some off-whites and some eggshells. Even like just like blue slatey color. Yeah, there's a variety.
So maybe one of each.
Okay. Excellent. No, I do not need to agree to things in German just to get a picture of limestone. Thank you very much. I'm gonna just drag and drop a quick little limestone picture onto our map so we can see what we're working with over here. And let's all come over here.
Show me limestone.
And here it comes. Limestone in all of its
Ooh.
various colors.
That's a good looking rock.
Mhm.
We
Okay.
get very excited about like the different hues of limestones. Like we know all about them. We don't even have to look them up.
Great.
And that means we make like 4 bags of like various shades of like beige and like grayish and gray. It's like mostly all like, you know, could be the same color to the untrained eye, but to us, we argued for a long time to make sure we nail it.
You gotta get the exact thing to match with the exact bits of stone. But it's all good, right? It's all good now. Here's some more limestones for you.
Pretty.
And the party can go off to go visit their long-lost cousins who live up in the mountains past Ignition, through the forest filled with werewolves, and it should be fine. It should be fine. Seltzer, you haven't rolled in a moment. Why don't
Yeah,
you
it's been
roll
going
me?
great.
Why don't you roll me
Love that for me.
a 2d10?
Oh, big. I like it.
Yeah. Ooh.
Did I do it right? I don't know if I
You
did.
did just right, friend. Oh.
Nothing is a more insane process than stopping for a moment and writing the notes from your D&D show. Just like, need limestone, cousins, need gifts, invent bras. Like, I don't...
All right. We set out on the road through the forest of werewolves, past the town with the annoying gnome, to the mountains, and we'll see you on the other side of our break, where surely everything goes just as well as the first part. Let's go. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to City Dwarves. Our party is setting off on a light journey through the forest. You're leaving Proton behind, I'm assuming, to take care of the shop and keep an eye on things as we go through this lush, beautiful forest between the first city and the mountains. Oh, I had a name. Oh, I had a name for the place that your cousins lived. I had it while I was getting my beverage, and then I forgot it.
Is it inspired by limestone?
No, it was
I know,
inspired by
I was trying to-
rocketry again.
And night.
Oh, it was the, what do you call the new NASA engine? Which uses the,
So,
Propulsion. Rocket.
Well, no, it's the rotating detonation rocket engine is the new NASA engine that they're working on. But it was Deton is the town that we're going to. It's a cool engine. It's been hypothesized for a
Googling
long
it. This
time, but
looks
it's
dope.
super hard to make. You couldn't really make it until you had 3D printing, and so all the engineers in the 60s who were like, hey, if we did this, we could improve our rockets by 20%. Then looked at how they would make it and be like, we can't actually machine those parts. That's impossible. But now we're starting to learn how to machine these things. Anyway,
Ugh.
different
I have
topic
a documentary
altogether.
on glitter to send you. I'm gonna unrelated.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I'll just drop it in the group chat.
Thank you. I will watch that. So you're headed to Deton, where the Limestone cousins live. And you rolled a 13 on your 2d10.
I did.
Yeah. And you're going to have an encounter on the way to your Limestone cousins.
Great.
Would you roll me a 1d... Oh... A 1d... A 1d300?
Extremely reasonable request. Neal, here you
That's a-
go.
It's a
98.
very, very reasonable request.
On roll 20? Not that unreasonable.
Not so bad.
Yeah, it's great.
In real life, you're like, Wait, does that exist? I'm gonna Google it. D300 die.
Not a common die size, that's for certain.
I mean, I've seen 100.
I'm sorry, you have to roll that again, please.
I did too good the first time, obviously.
Yeah, no, I can't give you the good ending. I'm sorry.
Whoa, wait, no, I did. I got. But first of all, I want to say that I rolled a 1d98 for some reason.
That's not the right die size.
Try again.
But this is a privileged peek into the mind of someone with dyscalculia.
Deep round 3,000, but we can try again.
It's an autofair again.
There's a man who has to live with me every day.
I hear he goes out of the house for 8 hours a day.
On his good days.
Oh my god, 7.
I don't.
Oh my...
Somehow that didn't feel like it did a
Was
good
that
job
the
either.
amount of people in our family?
It's very
I would like
close.
everybody to make an hypothesis about what this is for. I feel like it's the amount of cousins we have.
Well, 7 would make that a lot easier. Okay. So you're walking through the woods. When you see
Extremely ambient woods.
this bright light in the sky. And it's similar kind of to how you saw Nadinus show up that time, where she like streaked through the sky and then landed, and there was like a crater. Actually, those 2 times. But there's something a little less majestic about this. This isn't like the great giant burning ball in the sky that's like plummeting down to where you are. This looks like, you know, the high school science fair project version. And there's like a pew, and then it sort of disappears into the woods in front of you. But after a split second or two, you can feel like the ground tremble ever so slightly, and you can hear this like sound from the woods in front of you.
We should go check that out, because usually when we do, we get stuff.
But well, and here's the thing. I'm as hard of hearing as I am bad at numbers. So what was that sound again, Neal? What did it make? Oh, like a... Look at it. Oh, okay. It's
Yeah.
getting scarier now.
How do you put that in your notes?
Yeah, how do you
Sisters
spell-
chase after low-budget, glowy noise escaping into woods.
Something
this
out of a
thing, I
Roger
think.
Corman film. Yeah.
I called it "We see not so majestic, like ground trembles slightly." Po sound.
See a light. Performance mids.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like we're
yeah.
going to it, yeah? Someone said those
yeah.
magic words.
I would say Baldara is completely not threatened by this and follows it with a sort of like dazed wonder of like, whoa, like a butterfly. So maybe sisters might not have conveyed to you that this is potential danger or that she's leaving your eye line.
Well, what?
Oh,
Okay. No, please go ahead.
I was just gonna say that Pebble is really into her whole life stealth karate thing, knowing stealth is her best thing. So I would like to like move from shadow to shadow, but it's like very theatrical and a little over the top. It's not that stealthy. Yeah. So it's probably goes back to being normal, but like it is theatrically entertaining for like Lazuli.
Well, you come across a disturbed area where there's some broken branches and some turned up earth, and you find this. It's like a sphere that kind of got like squished a little bit. So it's like, oblong almost. And it has like this, it's like the color of this bowl that I've got right here, which is sort of like a reddish color. And it's got like this patterning across it that looks like a series of hexagons that are all touching against each other with like little dark cracks that run between them. And it's just resting in this pit that it's made upon impact.
Do our other senses pick anything up? Heat, smell, sound?
There's a little bit of heat coming off of the impact area, something hit the ground with a lot of force, and so the area is just a little bit warm. But other than that, the forest seems peaceful and tranquil, but the strange hexagon patterning on this like oblong rock, which is, I don't know, maybe about the size of a small boulder, is
Interesting.
Am I the first one to come upon this?
Yeah.
Probably, you're the tallest. You'd definitely see it first.
As if by destiny, wearing my prototype boulder holder, I scoop this, definitely not an andalite cube, into my boulder holder, and is it quiet in the woods, Neal? Are the birds disturbed at all by this appearance, this object?
They were spooked to be quiet for a moment, but it's just a little while before they start chirping again.
Okay. Yeah, I pick up this cursed object and put it as close to my heart, chest, skin, as the boulder holder holds it.
All right. Okay.
Does that feel weird or anything?
Kind of not listening, kind of looking at it like it's a baby, just like, what? And it fits so good in the holder.
It's heavy, too. It's got to be made of some sort of stone or gem. I mean, it doesn't really look like a gem. It's not translucent at all, but, it's a heavy, weird, hexagonal studded, squished sphere.
Yeah, but Neal, less so by the distribution of weight from the boulder holder.
Yeah.
Less heavy, yeah.
Yeah, well, because then it's supported by your entire frame instead of just by the shoulders and biceps.
Yeah, like a dust-off keyboard killer. Yeah. Sorry, Leslie.
May I inspect the scene to see if there's any other clues of what this is or how it landed or why?
Yes, and it's a good thing you do, because as you go past where Baldara has picked this up and quickly placed it in the patent pending Baldara boulder holder, you can see that underneath it there appears to be another such one, but it's actually like buried deeper into the earth. Like the last one was the one on top, and there must have been, maybe a pair of these, and the first one got stuck in the ground.
Good thing you brought the boulder holder with two holders. I point out the other one.
I scoop it up, twins! And they fit. Perfect.
But that's not all. As you unbury the second one, there appears to be a third.
I'm wearing the 3 boob bandolier. I got all 3 of them in there now. Are there more?
Nope. There's just 3. And a smoke
Is there
alarm.
anything in the hole that was left?
Just dirt at this point, and some branches that got knocked down. And we're gonna roll a sad story check, and we're gonna fail it. That's it. That's all that's there.
What?
I was gonna see if maybe there was like a little
Story
bird's
check.
nest that got knocked into it,
Thank God, no.
but it didn't
Thank
happen.
goodness.
No, it's fine.
A sad what do you roll for a sad story check?
It's a D20, and if it rolls a 13 or higher, then we get a sad story.
So it's a goal to have a sad story?
Yeah, well, we're checking to see if it's there, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Success is not always a good thing. Sometimes
Yeah.
you find a way to stabilize your gasoline to prevent engine knocking by introducing lead, and you've succeeded.
But at what
And-
cost, Neal?
But at what cost?
And sometimes you make a successful shoe business and then you discover how empty your existence is. And then you go off to like create a boulder holder to fill that.
It's supposed to be a light and fun campaign. I don't know what's happening.
Sister Song said more accessories. More accessories for happiness.
That's right. Keep buying products and you will fill the void.
More money.
These rocks are kind of working.
It's the only way.
They're like my children.
It's not the story I meant that we were going to be telling.
Capitalism, the campaign.
3
fine.
sad ladies.
And their cats.
And rocks.
And
Pretty
then like
rocks.
one
Really?
and then like Protoni, who like I don't know.
She's like, I don't think I want these dwarf sisters anymore.
All right. We got these
can
rocks. Yeah.
Can
Yeah,
I
cool.
inspect the rocks?
Yeah.
See if I can tell
I
anything about them?
would love for you to look at my cool rocks I found.
Yeah. Well, what do you want to know about them?
What they are, what material they are made out of.
Yeah, so they are made out of stone of some kind, some sort of red stone. They have this distinct hexagonal pattern that wraps all the way around them, just like little symmetrical and equally sized hexagons across the whole thing. Can you make me a... Oh, you will have some sort of bonus to... Whenever you make an intelligence history check related to the origin of stonework, you're considered proficiency in history, and add double your proficiency bonus to the skill check instead of your normal proficiency bonus. So would you make me a D20? I'm sorry. Yeah, a D20 plus your int modifier plus 4 for double your proficiency bonus.
My int modifier is nothing.
So like all of us or just Emma?
Just Anna.
So D20 plus 4, you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Nice.
That's an excellent roll. With that, you should be able to identify most stones, but this one eludes you. This must be an exceedingly uncommon or rare stone, or just a very unusual presentation, because even with an 18 on your stoneworking lore, you don't know.
And you said that they're like oblong?
Yeah, like, you know, raindrop shaped almost, except not pointy.
And is there any stirring as I'm holding these against the warmth of my body?
I mean, there's like the pitter patter of your heartbeat as you finally find something that, you know, feels weighted and secure in your life, but that's it.
And of course it's stone. What a dwarf move.
Ugh.
So soothing.
Such love these rocks.
What about the pattern on the stones? Like, is it part of the Anachek, or is that like could we recognize it as like a pattern of, you know, a family?
Why don't you make me a similar history check, Pebble? But you're have an intelligence modifier +1, so roll me a d20 +5.
In history, I have a proficiency in history. I have
Yeah, but you got
3.
stone, dwarven storm working and everything, so it's just gonna be a d20 +5.
D20 plus 5.
Another 18. Fantastic. You would know that hexagons are a not entirely uncommon shape in nature. What happens if you get a bunch of circles and you press them together, they just end up forming hexagons. You'll see it in beehives. You'll see it in certain types of flowing rock formations. Every now and then, you'll see weird hexagons in nature. In fact, there are hexagonal cracks across the surfaces of old lake beds in Mars from repeated melting and freezing, and melting and freezing and melting and freezing and evaporating and wetting and evaporating, wetting of old ancient lake beds. So the hexagon pattern is actually, it seems to be a fairly naturally occurring thing that happens when you push circles together. So that it seems to be imply maybe that the outer part of the shell was had circles on it, maybe, or maybe it was liquid at some point and under a lot of pressure. Maybe it had to form like deep, deep down in the earth.
You know so many things, Neal. You
Thank
just know things. I think that's cool.
They're nice to know. I tell my wife nightly space facts to try and get her more interested in astronomy, and we're working on it.
I mean, if you play the long game, like little did you know, in like 10 years she's gonna be working for NASA. It'll be fine, Neal.
Mm-hmm. That's really the plan. You know, I'm working on the long plan. I've got her.
You just got breadcrumb your spouse to that perfect job.
You know, that's the dream. That's the dream. All right. So you found some cool rocks.
Do they?
We
Are you
did.
happy yet?
Like thrilled. Honestly, like as much as I would be if I found cool rocks in real life, but
I
to a
would be.
distracting degree.
To
I
me, to Anna, these sound like eggs.
Mm. Mm.
So-
Mm.
Mhm.
Can Lazuli roll like an animal handling check to see if she's like, wait a minute, these kind of look like eggs?
Well, if the idea crosses your mind, you know, an egg. Whoops, that's not the right track. An egg is very much a squished sphere. So yeah, they are fairly egg shaped. If you
Have I
want to
ever
make
heard
that
of
connection.
dragons?
No dragons, no cats.
Right.
Yeah.
I just say those kind of look like eggs.
Nope, sis. These are 3 big rocks. Just found them, and can I slosh them a little bit? Egg slosh, right?
I don't think so.
You're so lucky I'm out of eggs right now because I would be in my fridge 4 seconds ago.
They
Do they
I
slosh?
thought they slosh too.
Does anyone have an egg? I'm gonna go get an egg.
I'll go get one. I'll go
Be right
get one.
back.
Oh,
We
you
should
go-
get
okay.
sponsored by the Science Channel. We are covering some stuff today.
My favorite thing
Like,
is when we are in games with Neal that we have to prove scientific things in order to win arguments. That's one of my favorite things. Like when I had to close my head in a door to prove how wide an average human head was.
I remember that. That was
Mhm.
like one of the best moments ever
Yeah,
in history
was.
for me. There's a few like that. A lot of them came actually from that campaign.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't get an egg.
Oh,
Am I doing this experiment alone?
No, I was gonna do it, but I thought you were getting it, so it was like we were sharing an egg. But I can go get one.
No. You should all get an egg. Jen, where's your egg?
Oh,
Eggs
no.
are $7 a dozen. I ate the eggs that I
I'm gonna
bought.
be stuck with the egg for the whole stream. Is
We
that
can put
even
it back.
hygiene?
We can put them away. You don't have to if you don't want to. It's just
did this
all
once in
the
high
cool
school. It
kids are doing
survived.
it. All the fun
I'm
people are
gonna-
playing with eggs.
Oh my god.
Wow, way to really highlight my
I'm-
egglessness, dude. You shouldn't do that to a lady.
You don't have it. I don't even know if I have eggs. So it's like it's a big risk to get up and come back empty-handed.
See, that's why we put a whole bunch in the cooler ahead of time. That way, if we ever needed one, they'd be there for us.
A frozen egg?
Yeah. Could help. I don't know. Could just be a placebo thing. I've never gone too far with this.
Oh god, I'm sorry. It's fine.
I'm
Alright,
reporting
Anna's
definite
there.
sloshage. I can hear it and feel it.
You know, if I do it really hard, I can feel it. But if I just lift an egg up, I don't really notice it. The more I shake it, the more I think it sloshes.
Yeah, if you jiggle it.
Well, I'm only shaking 1 out of the 3, so if it comes out wrong, that one's mine.
I also am wondering as I'm doing this, like, can you break the yolk of an egg by shaking it?
Oh
I
no.
don't know.
No.
Googling
Nah, I think all that-
You break the yolk of an egg by shaking it.
It's really sloshing now.
Yeah, it does slosh more, doesn't it?
The
Yeah.
more I
Break it in your
shake it, the
hand.
more it sloshes.
Whoa.
I wanted to say no, but now, Jen, what is it?
It's really unlikely that it breaks. Eggs are actually equipped with thick ropes of protein called
Oh, now I can hear it.
chalazai that serve the
Yeah, now
sole
I can
purpose
really
of
hear it.
anchoring the yolk in the center of the egg so it won't break.
Wow. You two don't know what you're missing out on.
The things that like
I do. I told you this.
it's super interesting. I feel you guys need to listen to this. Okay, so they're saying that the yolk is held by something called the chalazae, and the chalazae is the cloudy white globby thing that you see on a freshly cracked egg.
Oh,
It's the thing that was holding on to the yellow.
Whoa!
That's why I was like, you guys need to listen until the end. It gets.
I've
good.
never known that.
Same. I just thought it was just how it was. I don't know. It was holding on to the yolk, and I would love to know if your eggs are broke. Like,
I know, now I want to know, but I don't want to waste an egg.
On this
I'll
economy.
mark this one, and then I'll let you guys know when I use
Yes,
it.
please. It's very
You're gonna pull that egg out of the carton in 2 days and be like, why is this one got Sharpie on it? Anyway.
It's really sloshy now. I wonder if you can hear it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
we can.
Are the people doing that on ASMR yet?
Egg sloshing ASMR stream.
I don't think so.
Do you think
That
you
was good,
broke
Mike.
the
I'm proud of that.
chalazae?
All right, I'm gonna put this egg back in the fridge.
Yeah, same
Wasting
here.
food is not good.
Man, I
Poor
can't believe I learned that
spouses.
today. I'm so excited about next time I open an egg and can point to the chalazae and be like, yo, did you know that this holds the yolk in the middle of the egg?
I'm just imagining the yolk in there like some little guy just like, I got him, like holding the walls, like Spider-Man up in the web. No?
So interesting. Yo, you guys need to like Google how an egg is made. Like, there's so many things.
There's
The
one
eggshell.
a mommy chicken and a daddy chicken. What
There's the eggshell, the outer membrane, the inner membrane. I saw that. The albumen, which is like after the inner membrane. It's like the sloshy part. I guess that's the egg white. Then the vitellin membrane, which protects the yolk. Then you have the yolk. You have the blastoderm. I don't know what the hell that is. The chalazae, which holds the yolk.
That's our favorite part.
And then there's a little air cell to also help.
Mm.
There's a lot of stuff. I still don't understand what is the blastoderm versus the vitellin membrane.
Oh, is the blastoderm like when you break the eggshell and you can kind of like peel it off and there's like a little softer?
No, that's the outer membrane and the inner
Ah.
membrane.
I love that we're still getting egg lessons.
I think there's 2 layers as well. You know, there's the yolk, and after the yolk, there's the blastoderm. So it's probably like the skin around the yolk. And then next to the blastoderm, like to protect the egg white, there would also be a layer called the vitellin membrane. All right, let's go eggs. That was it for the egg lesson.
Now, I've noticed there's curiosity about these things. Lazuli is like, hey, these kind of look like eggs.
Did they slosh? That was the whole point.
Oh, right, I forgot. No, they don't slosh.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm like really
Question.
sad they're not eggs now.
I know.
We knew a lot about them. We were ready for this.
Yeah.
Do we feel like they're stones or gems?
Gemstones have the basal hexagonal configurate. Never mind. I thought Neal would take it away. Yeah.
Oh, I was thought you were saying smart things. I was ready to listen and learn.
Gemstones are hexagons.
I know. That's why I was like, is it a gem or is it a stone or is it a gemstone?
Well,
My dwarf brain thinks it's expensive.
That's probably true. I was just noticing that there seem to be 3 very different reactions in the party to these interesting rocks. And don't get me wrong, you can find me on a beach any day of the week and finding tons of cool rocks and carrying them around and being like, look at this cool rock I found. But it appears that one of you is sort of possessive and holding it close to your heart, bonding with this rock. And another is like, what could these be? And the third is like, la la la, la la la. Is that about right? Is that the 3 vibes we've got going on?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I want to focus on the strongest of those emotions, and that's the my precious vibe that I'm getting off of Boldara. Tell me a little bit more about why you're so ensorcelled by these racks.
Well, my logic is in triplicate here. First of all, cool rock. Second of all, rock fit. Third of all, and this is important also, 3 rocks, very regular in relation to each other. And so obvious set, obvious care, important, assigning a lot of high value emotions. And also I was really low. And these rocks came. And I think, is this joy?
I start writing a song about this. Then these rocks came. Yeah. These rocks came and I felt joy. Yeah.
Yeah, happiness comes
my
in
God.
threes in there. Maybe we're
You're
singing
making,
about
like-
yes.
Songs for dwarves.
I would I would buy somebody this album to put on their Spotify at the next holiday party. just saying. Anna in the House of Music.
Dude, in my chat, K-Turn just said they could be droppings.
Oh man, but they're clearly like they're consistently hard through. That just, what is that? Petrified? Petrified poop, still cool rock.
Still cool rock. Checks out.
True.
All right.
Not deterred.
Deterred.
I don't even
Man, if that's
boy.
what Neal's giving us right now, like 3 poops,
He's got it.
I'm gonna lose my shit.
Hold on, I wanted to make him King Solomon the inspiration point for deterred.
What a shitty
You're
random
Anna, dude, who
encounter.
gets it? Neither. We were bad, sorry.
All right. You got these rocks. The rest of your walk through the woods, no big deal. You carry these rocks with you, I'm assuming, the whole way to see your cousins. And are you going to give them to your cousins? Does anyone talk about what you're going to do with these rocks? Because you're carrying them, and they're heavy. They're really heavy.
They seem to be Boldaras.
You can vocalize your confusion if you at all are looking at me and thinking that I don't intend to keep these close to my chest for the rest of my living days.
Well,
No, I think
I'll happily-
well enough that I'm just like, these are Boldaras rocks now.
yeah, it's pretty obvious that like we've all been distressed for a while at this point, and like Boldara's looking a little better ever since she's been holding those rocks. So I'm gonna assume either they're rocks of +1 happiness, or she really needs those rocks and it's just her emotional support at this point. So I'm gonna vote for probably just comfort rocks, so I'm not gonna try to steal it, but I will try to like touch one. I'm gonna ask for permission. Like, can I touch one just to know if I feel better too?
Yeah, I proudly like hold them out to you to kind of like, there's like a little dome on top of each one accessible if you'd like to touch it.
How many
Like,
Boldaras did we bring?
I think you said you brought one for each of these different pallets?
Yeah.
8? I think you brought 8.
8. Yeah.
So I think we'll need to choose one that Boldara's going to keep. Because I'm not carrying those home.
Right.
One boulder holder.
I'm getting the one that I'm carrying them in, like extremely sweaty. Like I don't even think I could give it as a gift by the time I get there.
Cool.
It's
Would
a
you?
good test run though, to see how long they can survive with rocks in them.
Yeah,
Would
if
you-
anyone sounds concerned, I'm like, I'm prototyping.
Would you circle the color of the pack that you're wearing, just so we know?
Oh, we didn't make a red one. Oh.
Jeez, my pack is you know what? In the front, it is this lovely second square along the top. This kind of darker eggshell between the two
This
tail
one?
ones.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
really? You're taking that one away from the cousins?
I thought that yes. Yes.
Boldara.
Wait, were you gonna say that whichever one I picked, Jen? Oh, guys, no, we can switch.
I don't know. I feel like that's a very common limestone color. That's why I'm saying that. I mean, this one doesn't even match.
So, Genevieve, Will you make me a d20 plus 3 die roll? And Boldara, will you make me a... I want you to roll a d20 at disadvantage. So roll me 2 d20s and just take the lowest one. Oh my god, these are all great rolls, everybody. Fantastic. So well done.
We're hot tonight.
Yeah.
Depressed, but doing great.
Wow.
I'll buy that shirt.
Depressed but rolling high.
I'd definitely buy that shirt.
Story of a generation. Okay. And we had... Okay. It's all coming together now. All right. No, it's all good. It's all good. A couple days later, after walking through the forest with these rocks, you make it all the way to... Nope. Just sound off. To Deton. It is a dwarven town built at the base of the mountains. They do a lot of limestone crafting here, a lot of stone working. And they're not intending to like be building a mine in which they live, but they have found that sometimes it rains. And if you sleep in the caves that you're digging out to extract limestone, you stay dry. So parts of the inside of the mine are being repurposed into houses out of a matter of convenience. It's a lot less drafty in the mine. So that's how it's going right now. I'm trying to get us a cool dwarven city soundtrack, but I don't know if it exists. A little intense.
You guys, look how long I'm holding my cat.
Oh, you doing head bumps?
She's giving me an extended head bump. This is a landmark moment. Okay, we're done.
It was nice.
That's really cute.
You come to Deton, the industrious town of dwarves. You can hear the pounding of anvils and hammers as new, wedges and chisels are forged to better carve out rocks from the walls. You can hear the sound of those hammers on chisels as they pound out slab after slab. And you can almost hear the sweat dripping from the brows of dwarves sizzling on the hot rocks below as they carve these beautiful pieces of limestone into busts, into figures, into tile work for your bathroom, and much more. It's a grim place. That's not grim. It's just, industrial. It's
solid,
busy,
stark.
Yeah, and everyone's very focused on the work. There's not a lot of decoration. I mean, they're making all sorts of decorations, but they haven't decorated their own homes. And this is the sight you behold as you enter through, as you walk through the abandoned village made out of like mud bricks and thatched roofs, which are slowly decaying outside, and come to the entryway with all this gravel that's been pulled out. And the gravel that's like coming out of the mine goes maybe, a half mile out, and you can see there's someone with a donkey and a cart who's pulling more gravel out, and they get to the edge of where the gravel ends, and they give you a little wave as you're coming by, and they start scooping gravel off the donkey cart and slowly moving the road a few more feet out before turning around the cart and heading back to the mine.
Which cousin is closest to our age?
That would be I have a name. That would be Pounder.
Do we like, have we been here before? We like know where our cousins live, right?
Yeah, you were here a few years ago. But the place has changed a little bit since then. Last time you were here, some of these houses outside were still lived in. By the time you get all the way up to where the entrance would be, and there's someone there on watch, up in like a short little tower. you can tell that like the inside has changed quite a bit. It's a good like 2 feet taller than it used to be, and all of a sudden there's like these extra hallways and passageways like right away that weren't here. You've been here, but like it's developed even in the short amount of time the world has existed.
Do they share the same last name as us?
No, they're cousins. Sadly, they're
Obelgar?
maybe. What was the fucking- well, that doesn't work as well as I was hoping it would be. Bastion is their last name.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Bastion. The Bastion clan.
Mm-hmm.
I
That's
ask, like, kind of whoever we run into as we near the town, where the Bastions are living now.
Well, if you head on in and you go past, you take your third left on your right, you'll find the hallway that leads to the Bastion housing. And who might you be, good friend, from far away, carrying so much?
At your service.
Impressed, are you?
I am. What is that?
Heavy, but less heavy with the boulder holder. Sis, take it away.
This is our patented Boldara's boulder holder design, meant specifically for holding boulders at the height of a dwarf, keeping your hands free for whatever else you might need to do in your day while transporting boulders of various sizes.
And fluffiness.
Built based on research to determine the average size and weight of a boulder that a dwarf like yourself might carry. It's science.
What science?
We invented that too.
We invented it. It's where you ask a question and prove the answer.
With up to 5 to 10 samples.
Interesting.
Yeah, we think so.
Are you selling them?
Well, right now we're kind of in our prototype phase. I look at Pebble because I'm like, I actually don't know when we're supposed to start selling things.
Well, I mean, we made a few extra, but they're meant for our beloved cousins.
But we could take an
ahead.
order and ship it to you.
True that.
I ain't no boats coming up here.
Well, we do.
Well, think about it.
I get it. Ship. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got it. We
They
could
wave you on.
Send it to you.
Yeah. Thinking about maybe this would be a good idea. But dwarves are notoriously slow to make up their mind about anything. So, you know, you head on in. You look for the third left on your right. You find a hallway. And emblazoned above the entryway in, you know, stone relief, bas relief, is the word Bastion, and then another word clan.
Is there like a door to knock on?
No, it's just an open hall.
I was trying to think if there was any kind of like cool family greeting we might have, but I'll just walk in.
Excellent.
Polly, you just lugging my stones around.
I'm like, don't look so tired. Just make it look easy.
Well, you come on in, and the hallway extends, and then there's like a couple of doors on the left and the right, but they're unlabeled, and there's another couple of doors on the left and the right, and then the hallway turns, and there's these like lanterns that are hanging down from the ceiling, and as the hallway turns, it opens up into like what you would call a great hall with a dinner table made out of stone, and some chairs also made out of stone. and some serving plates also made out of stone, and a whole like knives and forks and spoons also made out of stone, with some mugs and chalices also made out of stone, all set up over here with some placemats also made out of stone, all as if someone's getting ready to serve dinner. And you can see bustling about in the back is like this other cousin of yours whose name is Scuttle, and they are scuttling to and fro, bringing out food from the back kitchens all the way to the table.
Scuttle!
Hey, Scuttle!
They perk up. Oh! Well, if it isn't the long-lost Cobblefeet.
Long lost.
Certainly.
We've been here?
No, you haven't?
We're here right now.
Yes, you are. It's so good to have you. What brings you to these parts? Would you like to have dinner? I'm serving up the plates.
Yeah.
We always make extra, just in case family comes.
Is dinner made out of stone?
Don't be ridiculous. You can't eat stones.
That was from...
Wouldn't it be great if you could know it?
It was really good.
But like stones still kind of like, depending on which stone you put your food, one would argue that it changes the flavor of the meal and, like how you feel about it completely.
Oh, yes, absolutely. We like to use rock salt to flavor our food. I don't know what you use in the cities.
Sea salt.
Well, we got a mean stone soup coming up soon, so just pull up a chair. I'll tell everyone else that you're here. And they scuttle off, as their namesake is.
Let's make myself comfortable.
Yeah.
So,
Ladara, you should stay standing so they can see the boulder holder.
as you say, sis. As Boldara has like walked through, I guess at least past 2 dwarves now, no one has remarked upon the pretty unique set of boulders she's holding.
Well, aren't they within the boulder holder? Can you even see them?
You can see like little caps of them, like they're little rounded.
Yeah, we
teardrop.
voluntarily let the top like breathe so that people can also see like the type of boulder you're carrying, because we're usually proud of our boulders, and it's not like stealing a boulder is very easy.
Yeah,
It's
and
really
yeah,
heavy.
perhaps we're trying to sell it. Like I'm thinking Pebble, some little windows in them too next time, so you can see more of the boulder.
It's a good idea. That way we don't just show at the top, and like you can like show from the sides too.
Well,
Yes.
in walks the family. One at a time. First one cousin, then another, and then soon, who should show up but Pounder, your favorite and closest in age cousin, who's here. And they all gather around and give you big old hugs and pat you on the backs and stroke their beards and then stroke your beards. It's like, deep kinship thing. It's like you'll stroke your cousin's beard or something. It's very, very personal. You would never do it in public, but, privately amongst family, of course. And as you're giving out hugs, everyone's gonna notice Boldara's bulging boulders, and they're rosy color, and they'll point to your chest and be like, Boldara, when'd you get those?
Well, as I say, a girl goes walking in the woods, and all of a sudden, she's got 3 of them. Well, so I guess like Boldara, seeing family reflexively, just gonna kind of dive in for a lot of hugs here. So what I'm kind of wondering is after, 1 or 2 of these, triple boulder lean-in hugs, the integrity of the boulders, stronger than ever?
Yeah, well, the boulders are a lot stronger than flesh and bone.
Okay, just
So,
checking.
yeah. Oh, no, they're super sturdy.
We're learning about these boulders every moment.
Yeah, well, your cousins maybe not so much. Many of them come away with like a little bit of a... I've just been squeezed against rocks.
Yeah, that's a real good dwarf hug.
Yeah, it's real good. But they will ask the question again.
So I'm actually, what this is a boulder holder, and I'm just gonna keep deflecting to the product that I'm like still standing, still holding up very, very tightly. She's like, looking at Losely is like I'm slowly like losing air. Like, what's cool is it holds them really close to your chest, so like instead of the pressure like dragging you down, it just kind of like weighs on your ribs.
We brought you all these as gifts. We're prototyping a new type of accessory called Baldara's boulder holder, just like Baldara's wearing right now, and I start handing them out.
Yeah, Pounder will put one on and then turn to Baldara and be like, can I try holding one of your boulders in my boulder holder? Baldara? Are you okay? What's wrong?
Baldara, it's fine. He'll give it back.
Just, I would prefer if you tried it out with like literally any other boulders. Like these would be my boulders. I would.
Come to think of it,
No.
we would love all of your expertise
fine.
on these boulders. We found them in a crater after they streamed across the sky, and we've never seen rocks like these. Have you? I show them all the boulders.
When you say you show them, you like motion to Baldara holding them, or like you pull one out of her
if
pack?
This is the bag. I kind of like pull it aside so they can see.
Mm-hmm.
I look very offended, but I don't do anything to stop you.
Yeah, they gather round, and many people are inspecting these things. Someone will make a similar comment. It sort of looks like a weird egg. Someone else will say, "Oh, that color looks like a burnished ruby." Someone else will comment on the hexagons and how it looks like a beehive almost. Someone else will point out that it's sort of like a beehive, but there's this like black tracing, that's like obsidian color in between the lines of where the hexagons meet. And then some careless, thoughtless dwarf named Aqua will try to grab your boulder and just lift it up to take a better look at it. I say try because you can see this coming from a mile away. You can see how they are curious at these things that you have. They're inquisitive. They are, it's like when one kid has a toy and then another kid immediately has to play with the toy. It's not like theft, it's not greed, but it's just sort of like, oh, you have toy, let me have toy.
And so this is like a 2-arm action kind of coming from my
A
chest.
2-arm right
just
for your
trying to get her
chest.
hands, just right
Yeah.
for. So
Right for the boulders.
Baldara's play is one big hand just on top of Aqua's head. Don't really know where she's gonna go with my object, but now we're both holding an orb, and we're both stuck.
Yeah, Aqua will immediately let go and take a step back and be like, sorry, I didn't realize.
Like, awkward, isn't it? When you just reach out and touch somebody's dome.
The dwarves exchange uncomfortable, nervous glances, and someone suggests that we all sit down for dinner. And someone will close a gate in the great hall, making the din of the pounding of the forges and the city behind sort of fade into the background. And as everyone sits down for a lovely dinner, and then you can offer them these boulder holders for free, and then you can ask them to make your treasury for you. We are going to take our break, and we'll come back on the other side with just the most comfortable, lovely family dinner that you've ever had, and some product sales and some favors, and it'll be great. And we'll see you on the other side of our break. Bye-bye. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the City Dwarves. They're in the city. Different city right now. And you're having dinner. And what could be better than dinner with distant family by surprise?
They love this.
Where is I have a dinner.
I nudge Pebble, and I'm like, remember why we came here? Don't forget to ask them about making the safe.
Good point.
Well, since family is from out of town, they're going to turn up the dinner from a 7 to a 9. And they're going to bring out some better stuff. They're going to bring out some better drinks. They're even going to call in some favors and bring in some entertainers. And they're going to shut out the loud city noise in the background and make a big to-do of it.
Well,
We
brought gifts. We distribute the gifts by, I don't know, we don't have one for everybody probably, but
Oh, Pebble, when did you get here?
at the same time as everyone.
I guess we were just so enamored by the boulders and the holder that we. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that happens.
I'm sorry. You were saying something?
I start growing resentment about the boulders now. I didn't know I have to be jealous of them. I didn't know I have to be jealous of them too, but it's okay. I'll just add that to the list. Oh yeah. We brought gifts. We brought boulder holders. 7 of them. In different hues of limestone. Because you want to match your limestone to your boulder holder. So yeah, we have 7 of them for you guys. We didn't know there would be so many today. We figured people would have moving out or something. I'm surprised everybody stayed here.
Well, quite the opposite. Life has been good. Martha has blessed us with many children. We needed more space. The little rugrats are, far beyond, still being weaned in the other rooms. But yeah, things are looking great. The Bastion clan is now 98 dwarves strong.
Wow.
Yeah, we're 3.
Well,
I had
4.
heard.
I elbow you guys. We're 4 now. We're growing.
Who got married?
We
Hey.
adopted.
Oh.
Like assimilated.
From which
found
clan?
family. The
Cobblefoot?
Yeah.
There
We
was
don't-
another Cobblefoot that you adopted?
Oh no.
A cobblefoot in waiting. A natural
That's what they-
cobblefoot. And
That's what they've
Cobblefoot at heart.
become.
clanless before.
Well, what clan were they before?
Clanless clan. Like no clan.
Oh.
Like the anti-clan.
An abandoned rogue dwarf?
Well, were they abandoned sisters? I mean, that implies they were unwanted. I
An
would
outcast?
say. Whoa!
Who says they're a dwarf? Who says they have to be a dwarf?
A lot of assumptions.
Your nearby family start exchanging confused looks and, fanning themselves and be like, wait a minute. You didn't adopt a human, did you?
No.
Oh, gross!
Oh.
Don't be silly.
Well, who's the new family member and where are they? It's not the boulders, is it?
No, there are 3 boulders, so.
I mean, if they are eggs, though, we might go from 4 to 4 plus 3.
But they're not eggs because you can kind of you don't hear them like slop.
Yeah, I know, because they're like they're held from this like thing. Yeah.
But before we get to talking more about our, boring day-to-day life, we actually came hoping to ask you for help with your expertise, Pebble.
Pebble, what's your expertise?
No, not me. Your expertise. So our business is expanding. As you see, we created boulder holders. We also have our line of shoes, and then I point to our shoes. They're pretty
Excellent.
good looking. They're excellent shoes. So we're branching out, and we feel that our product lines are becoming, more renowned. And we're worried, as you know, like we had gotten ransacked in the past. I'm sure you heard about the shop being ransacked. And
Yes, we heard it was terrible.
Yeah, so we feel like getting some sort of like safety device that we would hide, like a big, maybe a stone box, a stone area where we could like store things in to protect them from being stolen. That would be really useful. And we thought that you and your limestone expertise could help us make our things safe. And we thought we could call it a safe.
That sounds great. Family is forever, and we're always here to help each other. If you ever need anything, I want you to know that you can call on all of us, and we will be there as quickly as we can.
Aw.
We need the box. She was just.
Yes, we
Oh,
we will make the box.
awesome!
That's
you-
amazing.
If you tell us what you need, we will construct it and install it. And thank you for the boulder holders, and we're more than happy to provide this box for you.
Thank you. And we'd love your feedback on the boulder holders. They're a whole new line, and your feedback could help us make even better ones in the future.
Well, I've been looking at mine, she says, as she's, holding this thing, and she's like stuffed it with smaller rocks, so she didn't have any big boulders lying around, so she put a whole bunch of little ones in it. She's like, one of the things that we here have been doing in Detton is we come up with a lot of chipped rock that we don't use and we don't sell. And we've decided that we want to make a really nice road all the way to the first city. And we've been taking all of our debris, all of our detritus, all of our extra little bits of rocks, crushing up real fine, hauling them out, and dumping them on the ground. And we're planning on making a nice long road from here to the first city. And right now we're just kind of hauling it into a cart. But what would be really nice is if there was a way we could put all these small rocks in like something like a boulder holder, but it wouldn't fall out the sides. Love the sides, but don't want it to fall out the sides. And then when we get to the place where we want it to dump, just to, pull a string or break a tab or snap a snap, and then let it dump out either in front of us or behind us. And that way we could, drop at a carefully leveled rate this road.
That road, it really is a marvel. It's a gray marvel. Like, you should call it a gravel road.
Gray marvel gravel road. I like the sound of that. Sure, why not? Does that mean that the little bits that make up the road are gravs?
Sounds about right.
Those are marvelous in and of themselves. They're gravel too. It's a road made of gravel.
Oh, I see. Got it. Well,
Just invented gravel.
Put it on the list.
Yeah. So you mean something that would like slowly let the gravel pour out?
yeah, because right now it has to be like shovel, 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 put the back of the cart up again, move the donkeys a little bit, shovel, shovel, shovel. But if, we just walked things out and then we could dump and walk as we move and slowly deposit the gravel in a line.
So you're looking for a little bit of the hole in the flour sack treatment, yeah?
That's a great idea.
Well, you'd need a pretty heavy-duty sack if you're working with these granite marvels here.
Yeah, like a
sharp.
boulder holder.
Yeah, something sturdy, meant to really hold, boulders intact or in pieces. I'm thinking perhaps gotta be leather, sisters. Leather for this,
Leather.
this material. Easy choice. Always better.
I start like making the list as we talk.
Gotta be a big bag. We need
Big bag.
big cows.
Is there
Is it to be equipped on dwarves or is it to be equipped on animals? Because we have always thought of the boulder holder as a dwarf only situation, but if it's for dwarfs purposes, then I feel like we need to try and be open-minded.
No, I think you're right. I think animal is probably better because then we could put these boulder holders on our asses and then they could walk out and we could drop the gravel behind the ass.
Are they regular sized asses or dwarfish asses?
I feel when you're trying to When you're trying to move a lot of weight, you really want like a large ass. The extra strength helps you move. You just get more done.
Okay, noted. All right, so boulder holders for large asses. Cool.
I'm seeing ancestors like, imagine your ass in the same, like a matching set of boulder holder, and then like whatever goes on the ass, same color, same style. People love a team. They love to feel like they're part of a team.
I try and run such a clean game.
Do you?
These dwarves have no idea. You know what you are talking about? We are transporting rocks.
But it brings me back to the Misclicks days when we were setting sail on the seas and all the cities had these names. I remember there was the Stony Mass. The Stony Mass?
Oh yeah.
And then there was something about the mussel.
No, it was the Stony Mussel and
The Stony Mussel.
and the ship that was supposed to be very quick, named after a bird.
Oh yes. It was like
And it's a fine name for a boat,
the swallow.
ma'am.
What was
The
it?
Swift Swallow. It's a fine name for a boat.
Yeah, it is. It is
Yeah.
a fine name.
It's a great name. The Stony Mast and the Swift Swallow. No problem. Anyway, back to
So
our
the dwarves are going to
asses.
build your chest for you, all right? It's going to be a safe
He
chest.
said chest.
We are adults.
Yeah.
We pay taxes. It's a
I
thing.
paid
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
why
do
we
we
don't
pay
have
taxes?
children.
So they're gonna build out your safe, and they're gonna put it in the floor, and just as you designed, and they'll come on back with you to your place after you leave. We'll just head back home with you. It'll be fine.
They're rolling through with us. How many of these dwarves are coming back with us? How many does it take to
they
carry
only
it-
need like 2 or 3 to do the job.
to carry
Okay.
the chest all this way?
No, they're gonna.
Put it
Well,
on
hold on.
their
How big of a
asses?
chest? How big of a chest do you want, Boldara?
There's a limit. Whatever the limit is, -1 for classiness.
For classiness.
It's a practical question. How big? That means you have to lift up a whole
Well-
panel to get there.
We got a lot of gold.
We have, to be very precise, 1,207 gold with 500 silver pieces to stash.
And we might eventually have some valuables we want to put in it.
Yeah.
Should we get 4 separate chests so everybody can have a little locker?
Oh.
It's probably
No.
easier to do in transport. Also, we could hide them in various places. Because you know that if they're looking for a house and looking for a safe, which they won't because it hasn't been invented until now, but let's say they would, you would stop at one safe, wouldn't you? You wouldn't expect them to have 4 safes.
That's true.
I wouldn't want to abuse our relatives' generosity, though.
That's nice.
Yeah. Well, is it easier to do one big safe and to haul it all the way to our city, or to make
Yeah.
small? Okay, never mind. Note to self: get multiple safes in one house. Nobody will figure it out.
How about we make a really lame-looking wooden safe and hide that where we think people will look, and then we put like 2
I like
gold
that.
in it.
Decoy
And
safe.
like-
Yeah, I like that. And like
Good
a plan to like really terrible shoes, like a blueprint to really bad shoes.
And like a low quality potion, and we'll put it in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
People just give up.
And then if they make the shoes, we'll know who
Yeah,
was trying to steal our business.
Mm.
I like that. Anyway, but back to our big official safe. Yes, 1, please.
All right.
How
One big
much
safe.
volume is approximately 2,000 gold.
Not a lot.
How about 5,000 gold? Because we're not done making money.
That's about 40 pounds of gold, and a weight of a gold bar is so it's 2 gold bars.
Oh, dang. Okay, we don't need that big of a safe at all. Like maybe 3 by 3.
Oh yeah, you can get 47,400 coins per cubic foot neatly stacked.
Whoa.
Google is an amazing tool.
Well, like, okay, so let's forget about the gold, but like, is there any object we would ever want to stash in it?
I just feel like 3x3 is gonna fit any object we're gonna hide.
3 feet by 3 feet?
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's huge. Like, are you doing 3 by 3 by 3 cube?
Yeah, it's like a panic room.
Yeah, that'll fit. That's a treasury. That's not even a safe anymore. That's a walk-in safe. You could trap Proton in there and they'd be fine.
I mean, she's one of the most valuable things.
He's like, you got me an
Our business
apartment?
would flounder without her, so.
The cats. No, we won't store them.
Yeah, we gotta make sure the cats don't get in there.
But
Well-
do we have any non-monetary valuables? Do we have anything else from our parents or anything else we need to like keep?
When we do like really expensive shoes, like Nadina's shoes, and when we prepare a new collection, I feel like we might want to store like one sample of a really expensive collection. But that's not super big. It's like one purse, one pair.
I mean,
of
maybe we don't
shoes,
need 3x3. That was just, me spitballing.
2x2.
Okay, great.
2 by 2 by 2, perfect. They'll build it. It'll take 3 dwarves. They'll build it on site out of materials from there. No one wants to haul, a big old piece of 2 by 2 by 2 stone, but they'll bring some supplies and then they'll, build everything in C2.
Great. And maybe
Great.
while they're building it, we can build them one of the gravelers.
Yep, I don't know what you're gonna call it, but
A pebble pusher.
Pebble gets really excited about this.
Excellent. Well, it's all set.
Lazuli pretends that she made it named after Pebble, but really was just talking about rocks.
Oh.
I don't think
You
I'm-
forgot Pebble too? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well,
We
soon.
did the boulder holder. I assumed it was after Boldara, and I thought the pebble pusher would be about
It
me.
was, yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Mhm. Do I believe her?
I don't
Make
know.
me
but
a
I'm hard
wisdom
selling
check.
it.
Oh,
It
I'm very
was always about
wise.
you, Pebble. It's for you, Pebble. No.
I'm super wise. Oh god.
Not you. Yeah, yes, you absolutely believe her, 100%.
Nice.
sold.
Aw, I feel better.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. The next one will be named after Lazuli.
Ooh. We're supposed to make one for like an animal to wear and one for a person to wear. So let's make one that has like a panel that you can like snap off yours so that it connects to the one on the animal, so that you could have like full like flow through of your pebble pouch and their pebble pouch if you wanted.
Mm.
I like that. That matching set.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm imagining like two asses connected, kind of like a funnel shaped fabric thing. So you can fill it up and dump the pebbles, and then you can continue like standing between them, shoveling more pebbles in.
Mhm,
Even
mhm.
distribution.
Mm-hmm. It sounds
Smart.
perfect. You'll
We
have
solved
this.
the problem.
You'll have this chat on the way back to town. They'll take you a little while to go back. They'll pack you full of food. They're bringing some donkeys. They're bringing some mules. They've got some belongings on the back. And everyone heads back to the first city with a procession of the 3 of you, plus 3 cousins, plus 4 pack animals. And, that's a big old procession of dwarves. And so no one's going to bother you all.
Before we leave, can I try to find like any notable remnants and doodads that might be pretty, that would be like rare for the city, that they might have in marketplaces in Dwarfland?
Yes, you want to visit the dwarven markets and see if there's anything that you could then upsell to your local city.
Drop shipping.
I know that word too. Yes, I am also in it. Would you roll me a d20?
13.
Yeah, you can find a couple of interesting things. Now, as I mentioned before, these dwarves are really interested in building like large stoneworks, and so they are pulling out, they're like carving out marble, or not marble, limestone, like busts of people. And so it's a lot of commissioned work and a lot of like, here is a magnificent dwarf. And you're like, okay, but that's not necessarily something. So there's most of the stuff you wouldn't really be able to use unless there was someone that really wanted, like, you know, this. If I say dwarven bust, are you going to understand that I'm talking about a sculpture? I just want to make sure that we're
What
all
else
on the
would we
same
think?
page here, okay?
If I
The dwarven-
wanna.
If you unless people are I heard the snort. Unless people are specifically looking for dwarven sculptures, there's not a lot going on here, but there is a small selection of local jewelry that is produced here, made from, you know, the interesting pieces of scrap limestone that might have like appropriate speckles or streaks that is then like chopped and carved and polished into like really smooth things, and it can be worn around the wrist or around the neck, or if you're brave, you know, as a, what are the things in the ears that go bigger and plug? Gauges. Yeah.
I'm more looking for stuff that I could use to decorate shoes and purses. So I'm going to try to go to one of the stone carvers and ask if I can clean up after him and keep the chipped like marble remnants that
Oats.
they're discarding.
Yep. I mean, it was just going to go into the, did you hear the new term for it? The gravel? Yeah, we're just going to turn it into gravel, but if you want it, knock your socks off.
Great. I take home a bunch of marble shards.
Excellent.
I hate to spoil part of that glitter documentary that I linked to you guys, but are they carving any other stones and leaving any little sparkly bits behind?
Well, it is limestone for the most part. You know, whatever limestone tends to be around, which is actually just Mother limestone. So there's not a ton in the way of sparkly bits.
Little quartz flakes.
You know, roll me an 11 or higher on a d20, and there's some quartz flakes in there. If it's an 18 or higher, there's a lot of quartz.
I don't want to upset a
Oh, so
geologist.
Yeah, no, they're definitely getting some accidental quartz that's completely unwanted and completely, you know, whatever to these limestone. What was the names? Bastions.
Yeah, at first I was like, what is everybody pissed about? And they're like, oh, we got more of these flakes on us. They're so hard to get off. But then they sparkled in the light when I saw these flakes on them. And so I'm going to take home all these little flakes and perhaps invent glitter.
All right, time for today's mini game.
Uh-oh.
Yay, minigame.
Now, I know some of you are going to be maybe good at this, might have an advantage at this. For an extra 200 experience points, what was the source of inspiration for your family's naming?
Was the source like for the Bastion clan?
Yeah, for the Bastion clan. It was
Like, why are they called Bastion?
well, it wasn't just Bastion. There was a whole bunch of stuff. Why are they named that? Oh, that's not how it goes.
You mean like why were
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of
Bastion,
names. And what are those
Pounder.
names? Yeah, what are they? What are those
They all had to do with
names?
stonework.
Oh.
Scuttle, Pounder. But Scuttle wasn't related, right? I think. Pounder for sure.
Oh, that's the track I'm looking
Aqua.
for.
Aqua, Pounder, Scuttle, Bastions.
Oops.
Well, Bastion is like a stone tower, right? Aqua could be aquamarine, which is like a pretty stone.
Right, Aqua, Pounder, and Scuttle.
Yeah, Aqua, Pounder, Scuttle, Bastion. Are those the only names that we got?
I think so.
That's what I got.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of a hard one, but it's there.
Can I use Google?
Sure.
Aqua, a quarter pounder.
And they're all about McDonald's.
Connar, Aqua's Scuttle.
Yeah, so a scuttle is like a bucket where you hold coal in it.
I assume that aqua was for like aquamarine, but maybe I'm
Yeah.
wrong. So a bucket to hold coal?
All right. I think the answer is we don't know.
Well, my
you-
official guess is they have to do with stonework.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Scroll down, and in just a moment you will find your answer.
Oh.
Sebastian, flounder, scuttle, aquata.
And I'm putting the blame for this one squarely on your shoulders.
I didn't hear Sebastian and flounder. And
Pounder,
aquata
flounder?
is not aqua.
You're right. They're not exact. You're right.
Sometimes
really good. That's really good. It is on me, honestly.
That's good.
Okay.
Nah.
It's all right.
I mean,
Sorry.
you're too close to the source material. It could go either way.
Tickling because my first thought when you say scuttle is scuttle.
Was it?
Yeah, like
Like
the
the-
bird.
Yeah.
Because that's the
That's-
first scuttle I knew.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, it can't be that. So you got me.
Wow.
You got
Yeah.
me good.
Yeah. All right. Excellent. Back to town we go. And we get back to the city. We get back to the first city. And you bring with you your cousins. And they're
3
Sitting-
cousins, not 98.
That's right. But they're sitting in your shop, working away on all of your creations, on all of your labor, making you all the money is Proton. Are you gonna say anything? Are you gonna introduce them? What's the protocol here?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Our adopted child,
Sister.
sister child.
This is our sister Proton.
I guess we introduce her to the 3 cousins. For
So just
Tony.
Open the door and Protoni, here is
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was tending to
We
the shop.
just introduced her like it's obvious that she would be our adopted sister.
So our sister Protoni, and of course that's Boots, aka Ranger, and that over there is Fluke. I don't
Oh my
step
God.
on any of their tails.
We
What?
should have.
are those?
That's Protoni, that's Boots, aka Ranger, and that's Fluke.
Their eyes are on the large cats.
We call these
Magnificent.
pets so that we pet because we pet them.
And you get free fur. See?
If they feel like it.
One of your cousins approaches one of these
I recommend
cats.
you let them smell you first.
Why? Do I smell bad?
It's
No.
comforting to them. It's like introducing yourself.
It's like
The
stroking
dwarf
beards
raises
amongst
its
cousins.
arms and scuttles closer.
I'm sure the cat likes that actually.
Yeah, I suppose. Proton is quickly, overlooked in lieu of the fantastical feline creatures, and looks to the 3 of you, and looks to the cousins, and looks to the 3 of you, and says, "Are there more people living here now?"
No, they're just here to help us build something. These are like your family too.
You don't need me to help you build things anymore.
Of course we need you to help us build things.
Really?
This is just well, yeah. You're building all the stuff right now. This is just because, we didn't want to waste your time with a stonework thing when you could be making fine leather goods.
And then I want to lean behind Protoni and go like,
Oh,
Plus, we had to go past ignition, and I know you're not fond of that place.
Mm.
I'm really not.
But I mean, we need you to do most things, but I'd like to.
Oh,
mean,
Dara, what are those? As you lean over and whisper.
oh, these? Well, they're 3 evenly shaped, excellent, very cool rocks that happen to fit perfectly in my boulder holder.
Oh my god, I love pretty rocks.
Oh, I know, right?
Can I see one?
Yeah, you can see all 3 of them from where you're standing. That's this one, this
I'm
one,
a
and
little
this.
short.
Oh, my mistake. And I'm gonna tip forward And just like put the.
Dexterity check? How far do you tip?
Oh well.
How careful
first of
are you?
all,
How
I
tired
want
are you?
my friend? The boulders are secure in the boulder holder. They are.
Oh.
They're in there. I'm not. I could do this freehand if I wanted to. It's mostly
Okay.
so it doesn't. So I don't want to swing forward, land on the little creature.
Got it.
They're not coming out. If that's what you're concerned about.
Got it. Cool. Yeah. Proton will take a look. Proton will reach out a finger and tap.
That's my sister. She can
Kind of like, ooh, it's textured.
Do you feel
Little hexagons.
and then I go like, do you feel happier when you're touching the boulder?
He looks around.
Happier, equal, or less happy?
She makes a charisma check to read the room. Yeah, I think I feel happier when I touch them.
Maybe those boulders are magically imbued to make people happier.
That's probably right. She says,
They make me
grabbing a cat.
happy.
Sorry.
All right. Well, it's a simple thing for your cousins to come and tear up your floor and put in a safe or a vault or a chest of some kind. They'll hang out. They'll chat with Proton. They'll see Proton's a gnome, a forest gnome, kind of a chill forest gnome. All right, they'll tell you that gnomes and dwarves very closely related in the very, very first stage of the world, like the proto world, before you could even call it, world. When they were still making these models of dwarves and humans and other creatures before they actually like put them on the planet.
Yeah, like the prototype phase.
Right, the prototype phase. The dwarves were helping out Seor, the god of the forge, the god of like crafting, the god of like all transformations of one thing into another. And these dwarves were supposed to help them out with some stuff because they are, helped make dwarves, and the dwarves are pretty industrious little creatures. And some of these dwarves were asking Seor a lot of questions, like too many questions. And Seor, in his frustration, took his forging hammer and swatted these annoying dwarves to the side, and in the process turned them into gnomes, tinker gnomes, to be sure. And later, some other deity went and took the tinker gnomes and modified them into being forest gnomes. And so the forest gnome is really just like a slightly distant cousin of a dwarf. But they're basically, they were all dwarves originally, and and also halflings came up that way. Those were the ones who like didn't want to help out too much, and they were kind of lazy, and they were just kind of like digging around in the dirt and the ash on the side of the forge. They got swatted away and got turned into halflings. So your gnome, it's practically a dwarf, it's fine. Everyone's happy. It's definitely not a human.
Oof,
Yeah.
I was nervous.
Yeah, no, everyone goes great. Is there anything else you want from your cousins, or they can just head on home? You can call on them if you need again. And
We'll send them with the pebble pusher.
Do we have time to make
right.
them though?
Oh yeah, it'll take them a couple of weeks to make the safe. So you've got time to make a pebble
Oh, we
pusher.
have time to make the people pusher. Yeah, we'll do
Totally.
that.
Great.
And they're gonna come back and just bring that back at some point.
I thought the pebble pusher was a gift.
I mean, like they're gonna go. They made the box. We brought the box. They're taking the thing. They're not coming back to our shop at any time.
Not unless you call them back for some purpose.
Oh well, I would have liked to just open invitation, come back, get some shoes anytime.
Oh, absolutely. They've seen your stock. They're going to go back. They're going to talk with everyone, and then they'll come back and maybe get some more. But, they like to take their time with these things. Money is precious. You get a nice pair of shoes that last you for a long time. There's no... Life is long, okay? You can always get the right pair of shoes. Let's figure it out first. That's the mindset. All right. Last question about these fancy rocks. Promise you. Are you gonna put the fancy rocks in the safe, or are you gonna put them in your room? Where do these rocks live when you're not carrying them around with you? Because you can't carry them all day, every day for the rest of your life, right?
Or can you?
Right.
I would be so strong.
You would get some epic back muscles.
Yeah, there's like this brief fantasy when my sisters are telling me that I can't carry them around everywhere, where I'm like, what if I did? And then I was like, oh, my abs are so strong, and everybody in town is like, oh, you're rocks, and they all want to like touch them and stuff. God. And I can't keep them all the time. Okay. I experiment the first night we're home, lining like my bed with them. Like just like maybe in a line alongside me, the random pill. Nah, it didn't work out. I arranged them around my room, but the cats keep knocking them over. So yeah, I think they're gonna have to go in the safe, but I think it's also gonna make me really weird about wanting to go to the safe like twice a day and just look in there. So if you guys are cool with that,
yeah,
just coming down at 6 a.m.
Okay.
I'm eating cookies in front of the safe, looking at my rocks. Like
It's the first thing you do every day. You get your coffee and hang out with the safe.
Skid rocks.
What makes Boulder happy?
Perfect.
Doesn't take a lot.
No.
Does it make me happier though when I touch them? I'd like to know that too. Do I feel anything when I touch the rocks?
I mean, I feel like you want to be happier when you touch them, so why not? Like, you keep bringing up this point, so I think that you do find yourself sort of like soothed by these like flame-like crimson egg-shaped patterned stones that you keep with your gold.
All right, fair enough. Then I'm gonna do like Boldara, but at different times. When she's not looking at the rocks, I'm gonna go look at the rocks.
That's gonna make me suspicious, sis. I'm gonna hang out over your shoulder and look at the rocks when you're looking at the rocks too.
I'm gonna use my stealth to go look at the rocks.
Well, I won't know about that, but I won't like it.
Sure.
Just make sure the rocks are okay when you look at them, sis, and let me know.
I will.
Right. Last thing before we go. Can everyone roll me a d20?
Being attacked.
One, two.
Anna do it. Hilarious shit. Oh, so close.
Dang. So close.
Okay, well, I need the two of you to roll off.
These are all good rolls, though. Those are all above 10.
Yeah, they're solid.
I was hoping we'd get a 7.
I'm gonna eat dirt in Baldur's Gate later.
All right, Boldara. Been a little bit of the focus of the session today, and it's going to continue all the way right up to the end. Because you've been gone for a little while. It takes a few days to get to the mountains. You hung out with your family there for a little while, a few days to come back. Then you're spending all this time in the house here. And in your absence, a message was left with Proton. And Proton sort of forgot to give it to you with all the excitement of everything going on and the safe being installed and just
That's okay, Proton.
one of those brain fart moments, right? And the letter is I mean, the message is from someone that you know, and so when Proton finally brings it up to you, it's with a bit of a stutter and like maybe not full eye contact and like Boldara, there was something I was supposed to tell you and I forgot and I'm kind of embarrassed now and I know it's kind of a thing and I don't really know exactly I kind of get what's going on, but I don't really know what's going on. I don't want to upset you, but there was supposed to be a message that I was going to leave for you, and I her, and I didn't know if I should say something or keep it to myself because it seemed kind of mean.
Well, okay, well, why don't we break this down?
Wait a minute, be right back. I go get the boulders. Hold on to this, Boldara.
When you say her and she, who do you mean?
I mean the B word.
Francesca, that bitch.
No, the other one.
Certainly.
Boulder.
That's why I didn't want to bring it up, because I know there's a lot of there, and it comes up sometimes, and I just feel like maybe it comes up too much, and maybe we should drop it and not talk about it anymore. And sometimes it's easier just not to say things. But then it sounded kind of important, and I don't know.
Mature tall Protonian, I can handle any comments of any notes that you. What did she say? What'd she say? What'd she say? What?
Well, it's 2 messages, really.
What? 2? That's excessive.
Yeah, one day and then one the next day, and they're really different tones, and I was very confused.
That sounds like Bethany. A little hot, a little cold. Well, I mean, you say it's bad. It could possibly be bad. It's from Bethany, right?
Well, the first message was that she thought that there was something, in the first message it said that she had a big fight with her wife.
Wait, yeah, they were married. Okay, yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, they I don't know.
That's devastating. Oh no, I thought you said the message was bad. Tony, go on. What did the other one say?
She said there was a fight that Bethany had broken a jar. Not a jar. What do you call the things that you put beverages in before you serve the beverages?
Like a glass?
Before it goes in the glass.
Like a bottle?
Yeah, but like a fancy bottle.
Like a decanter.
Yeah, that's it. She broke a decanter, and Francesca flew into a rage and was shouting and yelling all sorts of horrible, mean things, and she came by looking for, shoulder to cry on.
Where is she now? Where did she do? Where did she go? Which way did she go? The front door or the back door?
She came back the next day,
and I'm gone.
And she told me not to tell you. She said she took it back.
I turn around the street and I go back in the door. And I'm like, Pro Tony, speak up right now. I gotta go.
She said that she was having a weird moment, and that I shouldn't tell you that she had came by the previous day, and that she doesn't ever want to talk to you ever again.
No, Pro Tony, that's the code. It's just I gotta go. Tell my sisters I went to BB's house and everything's gonna be okay. I gotta go. Bye.
Wait, do we know? Have we heard all this?
You probably couldn't not hear it if you were in the house.
You're in the back of the room holding the boulders,
Wait.
like on standby, right?
I'm like, take this boulder first. Let's think about a plan before you run off. This has been how long?
Oh, it was like a fortnight ago.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it happened like the day that you left, and then the next day after that.
We gotta use science and invent something for that. I gotta know this information sooner.
See, I mean, we have 2 options. Either we find a way to go back in time between day 1 and day 2 of this information.
Okay.
Or, I feel like there's something about the drinks.
Wait, go back to that back in time option, Pebble. What do you know?
I mean, maybe the rocks have something to do with it. Going back to happier times. Is that why the rocks make us happier? I don't know. Maybe we could even go back to before you guys broke up.
Pebble, that sounds amazing. How do I do
Would
this?
that mean that you would never have met me?
Bethany.
I'm standing there like squinting at all of them, and I'm like, okay, that's enough. This is no. Clearly, Bethany wants to talk to you, but she's afraid. So we should go with you for moral support, and you should go talk to Bethany.
Well, you should be afraid of me, sis.
No,
But
not you. Of Francesca.
Oh, I'll kill that bitch.
Maybe we should.
Yeah, yes, sister, and I hug you so tight.
Wait a minute. Killing your ex-partner's new partner is not the way to get your ex-partner back. There must be a better way.
That's pretty wise.
Well, then we'll
But
time travel out of it, Pebble, and then maybe or maybe I won't do it again. But here's the thing: now you got that great escape hatch. Let's go.
I do think either way we should go talk to her. Or you
Wait.
should go talk to her and we'll hang out just in case you need us.
I would like to. I reopened my book of notes, trying to recall
That's
what
a
we
cat.
had found out about. Oh my god, buddy!
So cute.
Oh
my
my
Just the back
god.
paws.
Oh my
I
god.
love
The
you
houses.
too.
Oh,
I'm not
look at
looking-
his
Oh my god, are we interrupting something with our cobbler broadcast?
Sorry.
We are.
That was so cute, baby. You're the best. You're so orange. Okay. So I didn't even see it. There was a thing about the drink already. It's the second time the nightcaps are brought up. Yes. Maybe Boldara watches her knock on the door. Francesca welcomes her and hands a nightcap. Isn't there a thing where she always wants to go home for the nightcap? It's like super important in their relationship, and like Francesca gets mad every time there's no nightcap.
Yeah. I
Pebble,
remember
you're
that.
so smart, and you get now the tightest hug. She's trapped, my sweet baby.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe the nightcap is just like a great routine that they hold up every day to keep their relationship strong.
No,
It doesn't mean
couple
there's. I
has
mean,
that level of fortitude to participate in the same habit night after night.
like dinner.
That would be weird, wouldn't it?
I mean,
What sort of freaks would do that?
it sounds like the key to disturbing that relationship is to disturb the nightcap ritual, because it seems like the strength of the relationship lies in it.
Boldara puts you back to arm's length and goes, "But what do they drink, Pebble? What do they drink?"
I don't know if it's about the drink. Maybe it's about the ritual. Maybe it's about the good time spent together.
There's
Maybe
poison
it's
in the
about-
drink. She's tricking my baby. Where does it come from?
I wouldn't exclude that it could also just be a really healthy couples ritual, but
It could only be the poison.
well, I mean, I think we should find a way to either investigate the beverage or spy on them.
I like
Using-
all of these. You're so smart. And she just
Using stealth approach that somebody has been perfecting for years.
Are you volunteering, my sweet sister? Oh, you're the best.
I think gathering some reconnaissance is a great idea.
I could put my skills at your service.
Pebble, what could I possibly do for you to pay you in return? That would be so appreciated.
I want one of the red boulders.
Now that you know
After-
me, these rocks are like my children. You would
Yes.
seek to claim one?
But would you take the rocks over Bethany?
Would you deliver, Bethany?
I would deliver information that would get you to Bethany.
No. A rock costs a Bethany, nothing less.
What about if you don't necessarily get Bethany, but if Francesca doesn't have Bethany and Bethany's alive?
Then I will let you claim possession of one of the rocks, but truly only exert possession Monday through Wednesdays.
It's a
Okay.
good deal. It's a
I
good
like
deal.
that. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
All right.
I shake on it.
I like to think that this kind of bargaining has been going on between them their entire lives. Like, I want that popsicle. What is that popsicle gonna cost? You know?
A lot of things with like 2 bites taken out of them transaction. Rocks included.
All right, so I wrote down the deal just to be sure we're on the same page. I write it down also into my logbook. 1 red rock for me Monday to Wednesday in exchange for Bethany not being with Francesca.
This might be where our dear sister's passion for logbooks has spawned from.
Well, everyone, that's going to be the end of our session for City Dwarves this week. We'll talk about when we're going to play next time offline, and you can take a look at the schedule. At least my channel will have schedules. I don't know about the rest of you. But we'll post it somewhere. It'll be announced, or you'll find it randomly. It's fine.
Or we won't tell you until the moment we start streaming.
You go to watch one, you'll be like, wait, stuff happened while I was gone. Then you got to go to their YouTubes. Sorry, I don't make those.
Yeah,
You
this
could
is true.
follow us on socials and just be checking it every second of every day.
Don't do that. Follow us, don't check it all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's gonna happen, it's probably gonna be a Tuesday.
Yeah.
But maybe not, but probably. And probably at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
But maybe that.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be next Tuesday. Who knows? Maybe it'll be the Tuesday after that.
Yeah.
Or
Somewhere on that Chun-Li
morning.
M. Bison vector.
Yeah.
We'll put it up on YouTube. It's okay.
Yeah. Anyone have anything else they would like to announce or say before we go?
I'm gonna host GeoGuessr.
Dude,
It's
I think
gonna
that's
be
so cool.
Sick. GeoGuessing is one of the most wild displays of talent in real time and recall. I'm very excited. So the World Championships coming up. I think it's the first time they're doing the World Championships. Just amazingly talented folks and a cool cast. So that's mid-October.
I did not know they did competitive geoguessing.
It is a trip. It's like teams of 3. You get like health bars. It's the rule set's like very interesting. Yeah.
You're the best person to host that. I'm so stoked.
Except I don't know where things are on the map. So like I'm gonna be learning a lot, but like
being the host doesn't mean you could compete.
Yeah, I just have to perform all that I'm expecting the audience to then perform. So we're gonna be great at that.
Where could someone who might want to watch competitive geoguessing go? Asking for a friend?
Well, let's find out for you. This is where I'm learning too. We all get to.
Yoshi climbed up in my lap.
Oh.
No shit. Squall, you're laying there like a chunk. Do something cute. Let's see. This will be a $50,000 prize pool, 13th to 14th of October in Stockholm, Sweden. And of course on twitch.tv/GeoGuessr.
Nice. 13th to 14th?
Yes, sir.
2 days of competitive What is this, 2010?
It's there's a lot of world to guess out there.
Yeah. That's a good year. All right. That's it, everybody.
I have a fun one. If you like D&D, the Acquisitions Incorporated web series is currently releasing. And if you've never watched that game before, this is like a really good time to jump in because all of the episodes are very like monster of the week while still having acting plot in them. So you can kind of get to know the characters while still experiencing a full arc and understanding enough of what's going on. So that they're releasing episodes on Wednesdays. So there will be a new one tomorrow, I think in the early afternoon Pacific, but you can go to Penny Arcade and check that out or join their Discord. And I'm having a ton of fun actually rewatching them because it was like D&D summer camp.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Jen, you got anything for us?
You're muted.
No, Jen.
Oh,
no,
sorry.
you're just quiet.
Oh, strange. So strange. Hi. I don't know what happened.
We can hear you now.
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay. Well, you can follow me on Twitch. I stream Baldur's Gate now forever.
Woo!
Woo!
Are you romancing anybody?
I'm playing Abigail, actually. I recreated Abigail exactly. So she's like, every little bit of her I could do, and then I'm making every decisions as her. So I'm looting a lot. I'm asking for money from everybody. I thought I would romance him, but I killed Asterion.
Happens.
She would not let you no spoilers, but she would not let it happen. Just saying.
I tried to stream Baldur's Gate, and I now don't have a PC that can stream Baldur's Gate. So I know.
Jen,
but I'll play with you.
I have a little tidbit for you.
What?
We just started a new campaign. I started a new campaign. It's called Save or Die Outcasts. And one of the people in the campaign wanted to play a thief who has a pet ferret. And I said, oh, well, just so you know, there's this historical character of a thief with a pet ferret from like way back in the day. And so if you have a pet ferret, like be prepared to get a lot of comments regarding this. And he's like,
That's
well,
funny.
who had the pet ferret? I'm like, oh, this woman, Jen, blah, blah, blah. He's like, well, I want to name my ferret after her character. What was her character? So he's playing with a pet ferret named Abigail that
Oh my
he
God.
sends into little holes to chase out, creatures and steal things, and has it do little tricks for children to make money in the marketplace.
Adorable.
That's pretty
Crazy.
cute.
Yeah.
Also, I made, you know how you can make your guardian as well? So
Mhm.
I tried to make my guardian as close to Mr. Mugwiggles as I possibly can. Like, I tried to make him a ferret. They wouldn't let me, but it's as good as it gets. Yeah.
Okay. Now we're out for realsies. Good night,
Okay.
everybody.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Neal. Bye, everybody.
Bye.